Oh, is it just me? Hey, everyone. It's just Gemma.
Okay, now it's the me show, but now Gemma, I've got to futz because as always we have to futz with our audio. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Today, Dave, so one of us. Look at my eyebrows. I really need to sort out my
What?
eyebrows. They are wild at the moment. But I'm going on holiday in May, so I don't really want to spend any money doing anything
There we
beauty
go.
making
Hooray!
until after I, until just before holiday. Because if I do it now, it lasts like 6 to 8 weeks.
What?
The holidays in May, so
Wait,
yeah,
well,
we're
last 6 to 8 weeks.
my eyebrows. If I get my eyebrows
Your
done
eyebrows.
beautifully, every time I look at myself in the mirror on a camera, I'm like, oh god, my eyebrows. You've got to remember, like I grew up in the '90s when the fashion was to like have that pencil thin eyebrow.
Was that? I don't know what the thing was.
That
What was
was
the
the
fashion?
thing. Pencil thin eyebrows. You look back now and you're like, what was anyone thinking? That looks terrible.
I
Um,
remember. I don't know. Some groups would shave off their eyebrows entirely
yeah, and then just draw them back on with
and
an
draw
eyebrow
them back
pencil.
on. I don't know. I don't know if that was a particular. I don't know where that came from.
Oh yeah, if you look at pictures of the Spice Girls and stuff, like all the eyebrows, they've just got like one thin line of hair. It's really weird.
Oh
But
man,
luckily we're beyond that now.
someone was saying like what's this? Um the 90s for us now are like the 60s were for our parents then, which is actually kind of true.
Don't like that thought.
Yeah.
Don't like that thought at all,
Yeah.
Dave.
Hi Bano, hi Reki. It's true though,
Hi.
it's true. It's the 90s for us are the 60s of our parents. And that's terrifying
Yeah,
to
and the
me.
'80s are their '50s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I keep thinking, you did you watch Mad Men? But like, I watch it and I'm like, oh my God, that was so long ago. And I'm like, actually, my mum was a kid in the '50s. She liked the Beatles and like had some like Beatles memorabilia that of course they threw away and would have been worth millions by now. But
Yeah.
I can't reconcile that my mum was a Beatles fan, but she was a little girl. She wasn't like a teenage Beatles fan, but still the fact that she could have been involved in that kind of craziness. Yeah. It's weird, isn't it, that the way that we perceive our families and our close personal family members, their history, and how we can't quite map that onto what was going on in the world at the time.
Yeah, aging
And people are going to think
sucks.
that about us, and in the future,
Oh yeah.
they're going to be like, "Yeah, we lived through the pandemic," and they're going to be like, "No, the pandemic was ages ago," and we're going to
Yeah,
be
right.
like,
Yeah,
"Let
ages
me tell
ago.
you a story of when we all had to sit inside and do nothing."
It's true. It's true. And like,
Mm.
oh my god, it's just crazy. All this is crazy. Pandemic.
And
I mean, the
it's
pandemic
even like
is over in the weird sense that it's over, but you're right. It's also never ending in the weird sense that it's never ending. Like,
I
it's very
suppose, but
strange.
then you could say that about things like World War II, right? Like that ended, but it also never ended.
No, World War II. I feel like World War II ended.
Maybe in America it's a bit different, but like the consequences of World War II just
Well, yeah, but
continued to
then
echo
you're in the
down.
consequence. Like I can have a big party and the party happens, and then the consequences. You can say, well, because of that party, this happened and that happened. But like the
Mm,
party ended. There was a time when we turned off
okay,
lights
yeah,
and it
fair enough.
ended.
But do
Um,
you not think we're living in the because if it depends on what I guess what you say the pandemic is. Do you think the pandemic is the actual virus, or whether you think the pandemic was all those lockdowns and all the activities that our government implemented to try and prevent its spread? And I feel like when we
yeah,
say the pandemic, we're more talking about the lockdowns, right?
I
Because
mean,
no one seems to
we're
care
talking about
anymore
the
if you
time
catch
at which
COVID.
I'm almost. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I almost feel like it's the amount of time during which people aggressively cared.
Mm.
Because like right now, I feel like at least around me, everyone's very happy to be kind of back to normal. And to be fair, most people have their vaccinations and all that, but like they're kind of thrilled to be done.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. The vaccine is obviously it's doing something, but you know,
Jump us,
I
jump
have
us into the
I haven't had a booster for a while, and I've caught COVID several times now,
I
but
only
no
I
one
got it.
seems to
I
care.
think I got it twice. Twice is what
Yeah,
I got.
3 times, but no one seems to give a damn, right? They just people go to work still with COVID now, right?
I'm switching. I stream over to everyone. I mean,
Yeah.
the biggest problem that I have is that it's hard to tell you have it, to be honest. Like if you don't test,
Mm.
you might feel like you have a cold at this point, which is, I mean,
Yeah.
it is great to not be dying of a terrible disease, but like it's hard to, it's not
Yeah,
like there's
right.
something. It's not like my hands turn blue and I feel like, oh crap, my hands are blue. I better not go to work today. Like it's hard to tell, and it's, I don't know.
And like, why would I test? Like, I'm not going to test every time I've got a cough.
I need better lighting. I need everything. I need to do everything. There's so much stuff that needs to be done. So we got a game here.
Okay, my great what do you call it, run of great games ended
no, we have a
game
game.
20.
We have a user submitted
And I'm
game.
telling you all that I ended at game 20. So you guys did not help me. So my luck is not dependent upon you people critiquing my luck.
Oh dear, look at this start.
Oh, look at this hand. Who's this? Is this yours?
No, this is from a user who I will not identify unless they wish to be identified.
Okay.
Which is just as a courtesy.
That's the way to draw your hand. Okay.
This is showing great skill.
Yes.
This shows that this user is a strong player because I got.
Do you want to close the hands? Because I'm also very excited about C-San's hand, and I'll never be able to unsee that either.
Oh no, I didn't even look. I'm gonna let it be. All right, so is this a Tompusen? Actually, let me see. Can I see?
I think if you yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, it's
not. It's full game.
South, yeah.
East South. First hand, Dora 4 sitting in our hand. And the first thought that I have when I look at this is never going to work. Just because it never works. You always see this like, oh, this is great. This is going to be great. And some other players like, cheat, run, Tenhou. And you're like,
well, I mean, that's what you should be doing here. You should be cheat, run, Tenhou.
Yeah, if you can.
Dora 4.
If you can. Tenhou Dora 4 is great. Let's do it if we can. I like that we can accept any other red 5 that might come up very easily. Awesome. Let's not lose that. I
have got a question for you, and maybe all the people in the chat. Hi, Maska. Like, is this the sort of thing, like, because it's Dora 4, then obviously you have your Yaku to get out, so that's 5 hand. Is this the sort of hand that people try to push into Hanuman territory? That's the question I have for people.
Ooh. Now, personally, I'd love to, but hand 1 of the game, Mangan is fine, is my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I sometimes I see, like, I watch people's replays and I see them doing strange things with Dora 4. And I'm like, just win. Just go as fast as possible and just win. Unless, as you're right, quite right. If you're all us and the Hanuman is what you need because of the conditions, and that's another, that's the problem with all of these kinds of this is the kind of problem with all these hands when people take them out of context and say, what would you do?
Yeah, it's like, well, what's the table situation? That's going to influence me a lot. So the thing here, immediately Tenhou Hovrik. I feel like you can probably sidestep that with the 8-pin.
Yeah,
as an early discard, and maybe even the 7-so was an early discard, because the 8-pin is really easy to get rid of if you're doing Tenhou anyway, so you get at least 1 draws of like, oh, maybe I'll double up. 7-so, like, you have the 4, so if you get the 5-6, like, you don't want the 8-so, but it's not disastrous, but if you get the 5-6, you got the 4 already, so like, meh.
I guess the question here is, do you start calling straight away, or do you...
Oh, dear. Wow. Wow. Now what do you do?
No, now I'd start throwing from the honors because they're less likely to be weighted on.
So the situation has just drastically changed with a double reach from C-San.
But remember, a double reach probably means they've got jack shit.
Yes.
And also, it's not very valuable. Unfortunately, I saw C-San's hand. That's why I reacted before you.
I didn't see this. I'm a little happy I didn't even look at it.
So now I know it's one of 2, right? Because they obviously drew into their hand to make it tempi.
This is the thing where it's like, this is what I feel when I draw 3 Dora. I'm like, this is gonna happen. No matter how fast and good I think I'm gonna be, it's never gonna friggin' work. But yeah, I think our right answer here is gonna be trim down the honors. See if you can make it's worth pushing.
Yeah. But then the question again is, do you call it? I still think you should call.
Oh yeah.
It's not the dealer. If it was a dealer double reach, I'd be like, okay, maybe.
Well, now to my left, I have a player who will throw anything. That's the good thing.
Exactly.
I have a player
exactly.
Who can't stop themselves. So let's go. All right. So we throw the east.
Yeah, I'd be calling aggressively, basically.
We can throw the Haku. Actually, I might have. Well, no, it's fine. We get our 5-so. All right, we're getting there. Forward motion. The 9 we don't need. This hand's kind of on rails. Probably I'd throw the 8-pin here. Yeah, all right. So we've got a lot of potential. 2-so is gonna go, even though I hate it. Shouldn't. Interesting. The Forso is hard safe, but the Chun is also hard safe. What do I think about
Yeah.
that?
I mean, if that's the way you're going, then cut the 4 now because you know it's safe now. It might not be safe
Yeah, but do I
in
want
a
to take
few
apart this
turns.
4-5?
Um,
Like I
I'm
beat.
not adverse to it. You're only losing the ability to use the 3 here.
True, I might be interested in taking apart the 4-man, just because 1 and 7 are both out, so there's a good chance of it. But 4 is hard safe.
Of course, I mean, because you can call on the 2 or the 4 man from anyone.
Yeah,
So
and you don't
I'd
want to
say
lose
keeping
that
those in your hand
potential.
is stronger. Yeah.
Oi. So now we take apart the 5, which is a little scarier. And now we have.
Yeah, here I'd be throwing the red dragon. I think the 5
Yeah,
maybe was
yeah,
a
that
bit
5
bolshy.
is bold. It's a
Yeah.
bold play. Well, I guess you can see 3 4s. You can see 2 6s. 2 6s
No, a
7s.
little bit excitingly bold, I think, there.
It's a push. Now we got the third 7. So now, but now we're in this awful situation. We're in this awful situation where we've come.
You're screwed.
This red 5 pin is such a fucking nightmare right now.
You're absolutely screwed. I'm so sorry. If you threw into this, then
If this was an attempt to get to toy, it almost feels like this was. Let's get toy on top.
I mean,
Let's get
no,
toy on top.
I think that was a fairly standard move personally. I mean, the 5 was a bit aggressive. I'd have thrown the red beforehand, but I'd have probably ended up in the same situation.
Here's the 5 so that then goes because we know we don't want it. Now we got to reach from the dealer.
Yeah, now things are tough.
Oh Lord, what do we do?
You take apart the seven bamboos.
What do I think about that? I think that the 4s have come out. The 7s, if I do get it to pass, I get 3 goes with it, which is nice.
Yeah, there's 3 6s out. You can't see any 8s, which is painful. You can see 2 9s. But as you said, the 4s come out, so they're not got a 6.
Yeah,
they've not got a 5 6 weight, right?
The 6-8 weight is unlikely, but not impossible.
They could have a 9-8 weight. That's the risk here.
Yeah.
The 9-8 rate is the risk. And of course, the more tricksy rates are going to be more likely of a double reach.
Yeah. The more unorthodox, the 6-8 and the 8-9 are much more likely because it's double reach and they just took whatever they could get instead of trying to finesse it. But do we have any other options here? The 4-man is still mildly tempting to me, but it's not safe at all on the dealer.
I don't see why
no.
I don't think that's tempting at
counting
all.
the dealer, I think the 7-so is the best thing to be doing.
Yeah.
Whew. But we go for the 2. I guess because the 5 came out. So we're gonna hope.
I guess, yeah.
We get away with it.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I don't know. I like having
call
3.
the 4 5 6.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to play like this, you got to play.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to take what you can get to get tempi. So now we're waiting on. Seesan gets their 3-pin before we get the 3-pin.
Yeah, so as I said, it's a difficult weight, that one, which is typical for double reach.
Double reach Sumodora.
Yeah, but I mean, so there it looks big, right? Because it's 4-han, it's a mangan. However, in a typical double reach situation, it's usually only 2-han. They're lucky because they sumo. They were lucky because there was a Dora in there. But no one at any point sat there and were like, "Oh, I'm not going to call double reachy because I've got no Dora."
Yeah,
just do it, right?
Well, we have one Dora. Also, a call to, by the way, like everyone freaks out. Like if I'm playing one of these hands in real time, I'm also just like, "Oh God." Oh, the winning. Can we turn off the winning tile indicator?
Yeah, I would love that. Can we do that? Thank you, Aqua. Yeah, there must be a setting here, right? Edit, is that the setting? No, that's not the setting. No.
Oh, is it wait? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Thanks.
Thank you. I didn't even know that was a thing. Cool. Yeah. So, yeah, like.
Thank you.
This was an aggressive play. I don't think it could have been won. I guess it could have been won No, I don't think they would. I don't think even with hindsight, I don't think there was a path through that gets you
I
to winning
think
this.
I think it wasn't aggressive pushing against Cisan. However, when the dealer reached, I think that was quite aggressive to make the call.
Yeah. Well, the only things thrown were these two mans, so like they got away with it once. They got
I
away
just
with one
wonder.
thing.
I just wonder if they'd have drawn in something dangerous, whether they would then have reversed and maybe gone for the 7 bamboos. I mean, we don't know that.
Yeah,
We
you
can't,
can't you can't know.
Yeah, I think if they'd have called it and then if they'd drawn something dangerous and then folded maybe with the 7 bamboos, I could have accepted that better. Just sort of, yeah,
But I
been
still feel
comfortable.
like, given that you know where all the Dora basically are, like having Dora 3 doesn't just mean that you have a great hand. It means you know other people don't have. Although with Reds, it gets a little more wonky.
I
But
agree,
you
but
know that
I
other people
mean,
don't have a big old Dora bomb sitting in their hands. This is why I don't
but
like Reds.
there's not a lot of on like there's no there's so the green dragon's alive.
Yeah.
What else is live on here?
Trina's
East
dead.
is not live. Chin is dead.
East is dead. Haku
North
is
is dead.
dead. It's not so bad.
West, South, and Green are live.
Oh yeah, Dora 4, but like, well, I mean
Yeah.
Dora 3. When I say Dora 3, I mean three of the Dora tile as opposed to the Reds.
I don't know, but you still don't want to throw in unless.
No,
Yeah,
you don't want
yeah.
to. It's Mongon,
Not to
which
the
is
dealer.
good. Not to the
Not to the
dealer. No,
dealer.
not to the dealer.
That's the thing. When it's
You
just
did
pushing
confirm hope
against.
is pain.
Yeah, when you're just pushing against another child, then fine.
Thinking like
Whatever.
if we'd gone for the toy, I don't think we could have made it.
I don't think. I mean, you'd have had to call it, and no one pushed out any tiles that you could have called.
Yeah, and this throwing the 6-pin is crazy in this
So
environment.
what was Asan waiting on, just out of interest? Because I noticed they took away the 4, the 3, and the 3 there. So
3-6.
yeah.
3-6. So that's actually Reach Pin Fudora 1. It's not a bad hand actually. They managed to put themselves into.
Not at all.
And the 6s, well, oof.
Mm.
And then a lot of proto Chitoy over here from Bisan.
Mm.
Although I think they took it apart. Oh
That's,
wow, no, Bisan
yeah.
was Dama for a while on the 4-pin.
Oh, Bisan.
Crafty Bisan was sitting there on the 4-pin, and then in the face of the dealer reach decides, okay, hold up.
But you see,
yeah.
I don't think our intrepid adventurer here that we're watching had an opportunity to show me that, but that's what I want to see. If you see what I mean? That's sort of like, well, I am Tenpai, but this isn't worth it against the dealer.
Yeah. And then they just hoover out the East. And the sad part is, if they'd thrown these tiles in credit, well, who knows? But because if they'd thrown the 4, I bet we would have called the 4. Because I'm like, oh, then the 4-pin eventually does come out. Which could have been there. But it was just Chitoy. That's the thing. There was not and this is wise of them for not reaching. Because it was just Chitoy.
But it's also interesting that, once they throw the East, they hoover in the red dragon, because they're just, by throwing out both East, they're just telegraphing to the table, I am out.
Yeah, like this is done. Not that half the table
that can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what you want the table to do.
Yeah, well, that'll encourage RC to maybe push forward. If we think there's 2 reaches and a player who's out, like it's all us, we can do this, and then maybe we take a risk that we don't have.
See, I think I'd take the opposite opinion. I'd also just fold. Because that's one less player who's playing playing a volatile style.
True.
So that's one reason to not telegraph that you're out. Oh, wait, let me
turn off. Yeah. And this like ruins the whole game for me. I just sit there the rest of the game being like, the hand I should have won has slipped through my fingers, and now here we are.
Here we are.
I don't think it's crazy to push a Suji pair for Mangan, but it is aggressive. Like, you're not going there with nothing. You're not throwing a totally live tile with no evidence, just being like, I gotta go. Like, it's not crazy, but that is a big push, and you should be ready for potential bad outcomes if you're gonna make big pushes like that. But it happens. So what do we start with here? All right. What do I see in this hand? Yeah.
This beautiful set of wins. Everyone except the door.
Yeah, exactly. I see a big pile of dumb wins that I don't want.
Yeah.
My thinking here is, let's see if we can make a nice pinfu. I'm going to hold the south. If bets worth taking 100% of the time. No bets worth taking 100% of the time. Pushy. I'm going to say, I'm going to say, let's make a pinfu with south as my pair.
Yeah, I like it. I mean,
because
I think, honestly, I just don't think you're going to. I think you're folding this one, kids.
Oh, yeah, but that's why I like the south as my pair. Because that way I have at least two safe tiles kind of built in to start bailing if I don't like it. And otherwise I can just play for pinfu, see if it happens. If it happens, neat. If it doesn't happen, then I have some built-in safety. That's my mind.
At least no one suggested Kokshi.
No.
That's usually what happens when someone loses their 4-door hand. They're like, where's my Yakuman?
Yeah, time for Kokshi to make up for it.
Mahjong owes me this.
All right, so we'll drop the 1 to keep the 2-4, which is fine. Ooh, okay, we got our third 7, so we drop the 9. All right, looks like we're not getting to pinfu, but that's because we're getting other good tiles. 9 we don't need. Okay, now we have 2. Are we going back towards Suanko again?
Oh no, is this one of those games where one like hand type just chases you and you're like, no, leave me alone. I don't want toy.
Oh no.
Don't can.
Okay,
please,
we don't can.
Don't can.
I think we have 6 to 6, 6, 7, 8 would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Actually, we're Ishan 10 on it, so that's like, okay, let's not throw away our Ishan 10. Interesting. This is a very interesting situation. What do you do here? So I might throw the 8 pin and assume that I'll con the 6 pin right before going into reach.
I'd probably throw the 2-4. I'd start breaking that down.
Just get rid of that entirely.
I don't want to.
I probably, if I'm going to do that, I'll throw the 2. Because if I get the red, I want to be able to hold it.
Yeah.
But this seems to go my first thoughts way. We're going to hold the 6s in con if we get.
But if you throw the 8, I just can now.
8.
Like you're 1 away, you may as well just can and go.
Oh no! I don't know. Why would you con with 1 away? Why would you con Ishan 10?
Because I could become Tenpai.
Yeah,
with my extra draw.
The problem is you could also just hand door to someone else that you're not ready to capitalize on.
You could do, but
interesting.
I don't. I just have taken apart the 2-4. Don't like throwing the 8.
6, 7, 7, 7. Like, what do we do here?
I still want to take apart the 2-4. Yeah, of course it does, because you can have a 5, 6, or 8.
Well, now
exactly, Becky. Maybe I'm picking up something from Japan. I'm just like, see, why can now? Why can now? If you weren't going to can before, why can now?
Well, it's the same logic though. We're still Ishan 10.
I know, but why do you just do it the first time? Why wait?
Oh God, we can, and then we flip a Dora, draw the immediate Dora, and then throw it. Oh, I would not have. You can't
take apart the 2-4.
You can't throw the Dora.
Pun.
You can't throw the Dora. Oh no! And then it gets hoovered up. We throw our 6 because it's safe. We throw the 9. Yeah, we're hanging out. Now we got to reach from north. See, this is all the things that I fear when I con before I'm actually ready. Is someone else is going to reach.
But were you canning because you waited 1 turn and were punished by the gods of Mahjong? Because this is punishment. This is divine punishment. If they'd have canned when they threw the 8, they've been fine. I'm telling you now.
So now we have 2 2-sided weights, but now our player to the left.
Wait. Why throw the 2 bamboo? You should have just thrown the south.
It's safe on the reach.
It's not safe on the player to your left.
Yeah, it's safe on the reach. It's not safe on the player.
I know. You have to. You're folding now. You're folding. That's what you're doing. You're folding. There's nowhere. And then you throw the souths, and then if you're looking for something else, your 7-man's your next potential, because you can see how many. You can see all of the 9s.
Yeah. Well, the other nice thing is if you throw the souths, you still have 2, 4, 5, 7, which you could still get back to ready. Actually.
Yeah. So once you're throwing the souths though, then you're throwing those 7-mans. So you can basically fold out this entire hand. You don't have to risk anything.
But this is why I don't like this con, because if you weren't ready to capitalize on it, you now let someone else attempt to capitalize on it.
Right, but a turn earlier would have been different.
Oh, that's.
No, No,
That's occult
no,
thinking.
no, that's not occult thinking
That's
because
occult thinking.
3 draws and discards have happened. Like you can't think of yourself as, oh, every time the action's here, that's what moves the game forward. Actually, the game has been moved forward every time someone takes a tile.
Yeah.
You've just got American self-centeredness.
It's true. I don't know. This is now. Yeah, it's half.
I mean, I wouldn't have canned because I wouldn't have thrown the 8-pin. But if you were going to do that, if that was the play, then I'd have canned.
I think yeah. So Bison fed door 3 to our player on the left.
Because my thinking here is I just feel so much stronger when I know that there is an entire obstacle of 6-pin in my hand, rendering most of the middle of that suit absolutely useless to all players. But they don't know it. Now, once I've canned it, they know it.
Yeah, but I have to be worried. I have to be worried about Cison because Cison's got door 3. Cison's got what looks like a flush. Like even throwing this 9, so I'd say was ballsy.
I mean, I wouldn't. I
Well,
wouldn't can.
The 8, so it's not that.
I wouldn't throw the 8-pin. I wouldn't can. But if you're going to be super aggressive, then just be super aggressive.
I don't know. I mean, there's a few options here. I don't think at least this was, oh, I'm gonna wait a turn and then con. I think this had to do with hand structure. I don't think it was just straight up like, oh, I want to wait a turn. I just personally don't think doing it before your tempo.
But I don't see how the 6-man really changed the structure enough.
It added a new interest. Like it puts a new thing in your brain, right? And I have 6, 7, 7, 7. That's an interesting weight structure. Cool. Right.
But
I agree with you. It doesn't actually really change your situation. You might want to get rid of this 2-4 now, but you can't because of the player to your lleft. That's the problem. That's why you can't get rid of this 2-4.
That's true, but then they could have got rid of the 2 here now, yeah.
Right now. Not necessarily. The 2 came out, but then this player changed their hand.
Changed the hand, yeah.
Yeah. So you're a little. I see why we're feeling stuck with our 2-4 here. We got a player on the left with door 3 and what looks like a half flush.
Throw the 7-mans then.
Yeah, maybe the 7-mans. I mean, frankly, we could have just thrown the 6.
But then I just have folded. I wouldn't be doing any of this.
Yeah.
I would have folded.
Yeah.
For the 6-man.
I think the answer is we needed to not be playing because there wasn't much we were going to get out of this hand anyway.
Which I think I said right at the beginning.
You did.
This is a hand to fold. And I think it's okay to sit there and be like.
Well, let's see also.
I think probably people who know me too much will have heard this terrible anecdote, and I will tell it again. Me and Garth used to joke that. Observed probably is the correct word. Observed that both myself and Garth played significantly better hungover because we draw the deal and we're like, oh, just fold. You don't have to think too much when you're folding. You just play what everyone else plays. It's fine. But that meant that we were basically folding most hands, and then a great hand would turn up, 4-door or whatever. We're like, oh no, if I fold this, Senpai over there is going to bloody notice that I am hungover. So you're like, okay, I'll play this one. So you only pushed the big hands. And you folded everything else. And we were better players for it.
Interestingly enough, Asan was waiting on just the 7-man. Just your beautiful 7-man. Yeah, 2-4 is going to be really. I think that's why we felt pinned with the 2-4 here because of the player to our left.
But Asan, does Asan have any value?
No.
And no.
Well,
and
let me.
And yeah, what's the door? Yeah, what's the flip on there as well?
Can I see?
Can't you just open up the wall?
3-mon and 3-pin, so nothing would have flipped for.
Yeah, so I'd have been okay throwing the 7-man. I'm not okay throwing into Mr. Door 3.
Yeah, this would have been just reach.
Yeah.
I disagree with been which person.
I think mine and Garth's logic that it's better to be hungover.
The hungover mahjong logic.
Yeah.
This is just rough. This is another hand where you're like squished between everything happening at the table, and it kind of sucks. This is also a rough weight.
Yeah. Chiral, you have to actually get good draws to push at some point. But I think it shakes out better in a league situation because you are playing games over weeks and months. But as you said, if you were in a tournament situation, that's a terrible. Hungover mahjong does not work in tournament situation.
No, although I would say constantly coming in second can be just fine.
Yeah, but in a league situation, it's much better, especially when you've got like a floating Uma. Changes everything, right?
It's interesting because
If
the
you're
whole game
playing
would
the
have been
execution.
different if we called these souths too, which would have been an incredibly terrible move that I could never imagine
Yeah.
anyone doing.
I know we always play better, but maybe that was just our observation. I'm not.
This too, I
It's an
feel like the
anecdote.
two
It's
play
not
here
a.
is
It's
really
not a
risky,
theory.
really risky as well.
Yeah.
When being wasted. Sometimes no, it's true. Sometimes when you are just out of it and you need to focus more on what you're doing, you focus more on what you're doing, and it ends up being a benefit. So another Mongon for Season. Everything's coming up Season this game, and Season's now the dealer. And we have another great Dora 2-hand. I don't know, man. This looks great.
Yeah, you have to do it.
Looks like
this is not.
half flush.
This is not a fold hand. This is the time.
Half flush.
And the question now is, when do you start to call it? That's the actual question here. It's not do you go for it. It's when do you call? You're going for it. Like,
yeah,
that's locked
it's
in.
Got to happen. You can't not have.
Don't throw the West. That's exactly wrong. No, don't do that.
You want to keep your flush potential?
Yeah, I think you should throw the 2-man.
Probably throw the 2-man here. Now we got a 6, 7, 8 done, but we're draining out west and north. But we're at least getting closer to ready, so okay. 1 pin, and we throw the east.
Yeah, I mean the flush
right.
once you've got your 6, 7, 8, I'm okay with saying bye-bye to Mr. Flush, but
let's go as is.
I just think it's difficult here because
we draw into the 1, 2, 3. I don't know what this 2-man's doing here.
Yeah, and I maybe 1, 2, 3 Sanchoku, but where is your Yaku? That's the problem with throwing out those value honors. Where are you going to build your Yaku? Is it going to be reach? Is that it?
Oh God! And see, here's where it all goes wrong. Again, this is another game where the hand looks good, and then it all goes wrong. We have a reach from A on the Dora, which we now can't call.
I mean, this could work in your favor because if you do manage to reach rating on the 1 or the 2, it's more likely to come out.
So what do we do now?
I cry. I don't know.
We can just drain out the Dora and go for Tenhou.
You're folding then. You're not going for Tenhou. You're just going to fold.
Well, we're folding into Tenhou. Just folding on over into Tenhou. Just folding on over.
I mean, you could throw the 2-pin.
It's safe.
I'd probably throw the 2-pin and just not throw my Doras, just in the hope I can resurrect this.
Oh no, we go. We go. Dora goes. Other Dora goes.
I don't know, man. Don't like that.
Goes. This looks like a fold, though.
Yeah, I mean, if this is a full fold, okay.
3-pin now goes because 3 pins come out. So
yeah,
now this we're actually back to Ishan 10.
I know, but without 2 Dora.
Then Asan Sumos on the 3-so.
I would like to keep those Dora.
Reach Sumo. Dora, red Dora.
Red 5, yeah.
I think we did okay, actually. It would have been nice to reach Dora, but I don't see a way we could have done it.
Well, I said for the 2-pin, just sort of piss about a bit. I know.
No, I think this was a reasonable.
I don't think it was going to come together, whatever. So.
Yeah, I mean, I probably from the beginning though, I would have been pushing the flush on this.
I think that would have been aggressive, considering you did have that nice 2-sided weight and it came through. So I would have ended up in the same position, but probably taken a different route.
Well, here, I would have immediately trimmed the 2-man. I would have said, I don't want to decrease my flush potential, but I'll take the good set. You're right. I'm not that hell bent on it. And then on my second draw, then I might have been like, oh, well, crap.
So when do you flush, Reki? That's a great question. I think if there had been a value on a pair, that would have been the difference to make you flush.
Yeah.
And the other problem, of course, is the other demerit of a flush here is that you did have a nice weight. That 7-8 is a really nice weight. That's a better weight than, for example, if it was a 5-6 in the man, because you're waiting on a 9, which is more likely to come out, which means that weight. If you can form your hand tenpai and that's your weight, that's brilliant. So I don't think moving away from the flush here was the problem personally. I just think maybe the direction taken to move away from the flush allowed for you maybe to miss drawing another east, drawing something that would have given you that value pair.
Yeah, and by the end of the hand, did you end up drawing pairs of there?
No, you
No, you
didn't.
got a pair of north, but nothing that exciting.
But I think we've had this conversation a lot. It's not, you can't only look at the outcomes. You have to look at the route.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, I could see that. But I think getting rid of the Dora was reasonable. It would
Yeah.
have broken my heart, but I think it was a fine way to play because it got you back to ready or to Ishanten quite suavely actually.
As long as here you're still prepared to fold, that's fine.
Gotta say.
And again, we didn't really get to see that point. I've not seen it yet. Oh, damn.
So when to flush? This is obviously Kokshi. You can tell by the 4 terminals and honors there on the right. So you gotta get rid of all those middle man tiles that you're never gonna use in this Kokshi. So this is just balls. It's our deal. It's our time to shine. Get rid of the 1/9 so.
Yeah, I mean the question is if the 2-man comes out from C-Sand, do you call it?
Do you call
that's the question. Yeah, that's the question this hand is really posing. Not do you go for me? Obviously you go for me.
Okay, don't stop. Yeah. Stop. No, not the sounds. You might need that for the flush. Oy.
Yeah,
Oy.
wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
wouldn't do that.
These 1s and 9s are so useless. They'll go.
Yeah.
Now here's a 1. Good. The 1 goes. We get a pin tile instead. But whatever. East. No, the East is great. You'd love the East because you'd love another East. You have to live in a world of fantasy. Be willing to imagine the future better hand you could have.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting as well? As soon as they threw out the South, the other players could throw out their Souths as well.
And see, here you got another North. This is now putting you well within flushability. You got a pair of 1s. Okay, here we go. Here we go. You got another Dora. All right, now I see. Okay, the flush has obviously been recognized. This is great. Now we have 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. 1s, 3s, and Norths. You can call anything.
And you call it. You should call it. Whatever.
No, you don't need to call it. You just draw it. Just draw it. And now here's the question: do we reach? Now it's Hanemon already.
I'd reach it.
Would you? I might not.
Because I think that there's only 1 North left, and I think someone will throw it.
The challenge here is I already have a Hanemon
I guess
hand.
could you improve it? You could improve it.
I guess you could get to Ipeko.
Yeah, you could improve it. You could improve the weight.
Could you get to Suanko? No, you can't get to Suanko.
I don't know. I like being dealer and I like reaching. I like it.
So I might not because I feel like this is already Hanemon. It's 6 Han.
Okay, well then
it's 7.
Then the other question is, why not just the full flush?
If I drew another tile, then maybe I'd consider it.
Okay, well don't reach then. See if you draw another man tile and then go for the full flush.
Don't reach for being crafty here and hoping that someone.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. B-San throws in.
Okay.
There we go. B-San throws in because I don't think that we're ready yet. And instead, we get 18,000 points. Hey.
So Chira, why I'd advertise that in Tenpai is because I want everyone to fold. I'm the dealer. It's when I'm the dealer, the goal is not only just to hoover up as many points as possible, is to keep the dealership. And often, if it depends again on who you're playing.
I disagree.
Don't try this on Mahjong Soul. But the problem is if you're too kind of weak, you don't really kind of push and be strong, then people will they'll just ignore you and they'll push their hands forward. And
toxic masculinity here.
Is that toxic masculinity?
A little bit, yeah. Like if you don't act strong, people will walk all over you. That's why I got to be strong all the time.
I know, but I'm saying that as a woman. How is that? I'm not saying you are a man, therefore you must be strong.
Even women can be toxic.
I'm telling you in a game context, the problem. Okay, I'm telling you in a game context now. I think the problem is if you allow people just a little bit of room, just a few more draws and discards before they clock on the fact, because at some point they will clock on that you are Tenpai. But if you give them a couple more draws and discards, they might get themselves into a Tenhou only situation. And then what? What sort of situation are you in?
Here's my counterpoint. This is a bad weight, numerically speaking. There are 3 tiles in the whole game. I might be going up against an 8-tile weight.
Yeah.
So,
but you're more likely to go against an 8-tile weight the more chance you give them to build the 8-tile weight.
If everyone equally doesn't care, I'm at a disadvantage right now.
Yeah, but the point I'm making here is the longer you let them play without feeling the pressure, the easier it is for them to
There's
make
no
that wonderful
guarantee
way.
that a dealer
Listen,
reach is going to make them feel any pressure. That's the thing. There's
well,
no guarantee a dealer
I
reach will
mean,
make them
if
care.
this is a regular run game, I suspect it will. Because Chiral here is using Tenhou data, and I'm not sure whether Tenhou data includes that bottom room of hell. Um,
Yeah, but I think it's important to talk about that because that's where most people, I mean, to be honest, most people are playing there. Most people are playing in these environments where people
that's
just
fair
don't
enough.
give a
That's
crap.
fair enough. Yes,
And
fair
it's
enough.
important
Fair enough.
to differentiate. You're right. If I know that a dealer reach is going to make every player at this table think and be like, oh crap, do I want to deal with that? Then there's value to it.
Yeah, this is run,
Yeah,
Becky. Sorry, this is run. So, I mean, to be honest, I'm not dissing run, but yeah.
And it's true what you're saying, like with a reach reducing your win rate. That's probably true, and that's fine, because it's right. Like it depends on what you count a win.
Yeah,
because to some degree you're going to count, going to draw and keeping your deal a win in this situation.
Yeah. That's so. If I was a child, I wasn't a dealer. If I was a non-dealer, I think that calculation is different again because my other victory condition isn't. I don't want to keep my child status. I want to become the parent as the dealer. Yeah. So then not reaching is obvious. Not calling reaching is very, very obvious. Here, I think it's a bit more of a nuance. I'm okay to not reach, obviously. If I'm not reaching, I'm definitely thinking, can I make this a full flush though? And that's the risk, right? That's the risk that I draw something in and I'm like, oh, ho, ho. And then I start taking this long circuitous route and get nothing. I never get back to 10 pi and I lose. And and if I'm non-dealer, then I'm okay with that. If I'm dealer, I really want to keep that dealership.
But that just says to me that you're greedy.
I am greedy. Have you seen me play?
Yeah. But I'm saying if you're not satisfied with dealer Hanemon and you're using the no reach to hope that other people are slip up a little bit and throw tiles they might not throw or take risks they might not take, as opposed to you then because once you take yourself out of tempo, you've made your situation wildly different. You've gone on a different path.
But I'm not saying that trying to get the full flush is the smart thing to do. I'm just saying that's what I know I'll be because I'm a greedy player. And maybe that's why I would declare Ricci to stop myself from save myself that nonsense in the future.
Yeah, see, let's do the ultimate in rabbit holing. We were actually only gonna, assuming nothing changed, we are gonna draw only one more mana.
Oh look, but you would have had three Uradoras.
Ha. That's true. That would have been Tenhan for this. But again, B would never. It's funny,
you and me usually agree, but we are really not agreeing on this one.
No, I think this is the right time to Dama. Again, this is rabbit chasing. You can always chase rabbits and say what would have been, but I think this is the right time to Dama because I don't feel like this table's going to respond to pressure.
Let me just. I'm not saying Dama's wrong, and I should really emphasize that to the people viewing. I would have reached it. I understand. I'm maybe I'm a bit more of a sort of poker style player in that I like making my presence felt on the table. Oh. I want to make my presence felt on the table. I want people to know, here I am. What are you doing? Are you playing? That's that kind of. Oh my God, this person can draw Dora for no tomorrow.
It's another 3 Dora starting hand, and when I look at this hand, and this is near and dear to my heart, because Chanta might be one of the few ways we can make this happen. Chanta might be our destiny.
See, Chiral, I reckon you will see the north because that's the sort of tile that people throw out against the reach to try and keep their hand live.
True. I could see the north coming out.
And I didn't see. Was that north in the north player's hand? Because if it was in the north player's hand, it was definitely coming out without fail. If I reached,
there was no north. The north was in the wall. The north was not way back. It was further back in the wall.
Oh, okay. It
would have come out.
Well, if it was in the north player's hand, it was coming out. See, I manifest other people's disasters.
Oh dear. Yeah, there's a lot of. When it comes down to it, Oculta, a lot of the things are style choices. Like Gemma has one opinion, I have another opinion, and they're different stylistically, but there's really not a clear right and wrong. And I feel like I get frustrated when people try to talk about these things as if there's the right answer, and it's
yeah,
no, usually there's not the right answer. There's a lot of thoughts. What are we doing here?
I know, Dave, you want to do Chanta. I just think that maybe...
throw the 6-pin.
No, throw the west first. I know, Dave. I know what you want.
I'm just gonna wiggle my mouse over it so no one can see anymore, but everyone can see. Throw the west first. Fine. Now we should be throwing the 6-pin because we got 789 Sanshoku. Although we could just say we're going to get 789 Sanshoku, that's it, and throw the 1-3 and have the 6s as our pair.
Or you throw the east now. And
throw the east.
Yeah.
Fine. South gets called by Bisan, which is a little worrisome.
It is worrisome. But they can't have at least they don't have the Dora. If they're going for a man flush.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for a man flush. At least
If
that's
they're
what I
going
would
for
be
a-
guessing.
Yeah. I feel like they're probably with the 99,000 points here. They're probably a little bit in Desperationsville.
Yeah.
This is
And our draws are
interesting.
pretty much
No,
not
throw the
useful.
6-pin.
Wait, with the Chun? This is where
No,
you'd be
with the
doing it?
with the 3 bamboo.
With the 3. Oh, I guess that's true because then the 1s could become a pair, and then you can
Yeah,
get
sorry.
Junchan.
There's a bit of a time lag on
Yeah,
what
no,
we're
there is.
seeing.
I see what you're saying. You can go to Junchan like this. Yeah, this opens your window to Junchan.
Junchan Sanshoku 3 Dora. What was that about me being greedy?
Hiya, bro. That is greedy, but it's the kind of greed I like because it involves a Chanta derivative.
Obviously, Chanta. I mean, Junchan is a derivative of Chanta, not Chanta being the derivative of Chunchan. That's an interesting way to look at it.
We throw a 6-pin to keep 5, 6, 7, which is not a bad idea. 8 so gets called. That's scary.
Hi, Yoko. Hi.
I'm trying to see where this is going.
I mean, maybe they've got a bamboo flush. I don't know.
They might.
Maybe they just got toy.
A con happens of, oh no, the 2-pin. Oh, it's the worst. Oh God. Oh, our beloved 2-pin is dead, which means this 1-3 might as well go too.
Yeah.
There's no value
Straight away.
anymore. Yeah, see you later.
No.
We have Captain Tenhou over here. We got a pair of 1s now. So now actually, we should probably throw this 9-pin.
Why not the 5 bamboo? You think it's dangerous?
I think the 9-pin is just a safer thing to do to start with. The 5 bamboo is definitely dangerous against a cross. See, this is where I'd be saying we're back alive, though. We got a pair.
I don't understand why you're throwing the 5-pin. Not you personally, but I don't understand why. If we're gonna throw something dangerous, why the 5-pin?
Why are we bailing on this?
But they're not bailing. What? Like the 5-pin's not a bail.
What? If we throw the 9-pin or the 5 so, we're still Ishanten.
Yeah, but I don't understand the 5-pin. I guess
throwing the 5-pin is bailing. It's making us not. Well, it's not a bail in that it's not a safe thing, but it's taking the hand apart.
Well, yeah, I know, but then that's why I don't understand the 5-pin. It's not safe.
Unless we're just lurching back towards we will, for the love of God, do Junchan.
Well, but then if you're going to be that greedy,
5 so.
I don't know.
Do the 5 so. Because the 5 so holds. The 5 so maximizes your options. That's what makes the 5 so, I think, the better pick here. Even if it's dangerous. If you're going to be that greedy.
I mean, don't be that greedy. Just fold.
Greedy, but...
just throw the
Oh, but it starts to pay off.
You've only got a few draws left.
I know. There's not many tiles left. Oof. I don't think I would have done that either. These are some really aggressive throws.
And there's only 1 9 bamboo on the table, right?
Wow. I mean, you got away with it, and you got away with it in style because Asan just won it all back. But, oof, this was a lot of push.
Yeah, you are dealer. I get it, but... A
lot of push.
It is Kabetsuji on the 2.
Yeah.
No. No, but it's right next to the Dora. No.
I feel like this hand... Hi, Yoko. If you're interested in the logs, you can post them in our Discord. I haven't had a chance to look at the ones you sent previously, but if you're curious about it, we can take a look at them in the future. We're going through this game today, I think. This is rough because I feel like this hand...
It's the problem with Dora. They're like dancing at you, right? They're like the sirens on the rock going, keep pushing, keep pushing. We could give you so many points, whereas
Yeah, I feel like I would have just gotten rid of these 6 pins much earlier, at least one of them, and held on to some other options because, like, a lot of these options, like the 7 so, you could get 3 7 so, that's pretty sick.
well, I would have thrown the 6 pin when the three
Here with the
bamboo came
3
out.
bamboo,
If
yeah, that would
yeah,
have been the big one.
I would have probably played it the same there, and then yeah, that's where our pass would have changed. Would have
Yeah.
actually changed how the hand would have been played. Probably not in the end. I would
Well,
think I would
no,
have.
but the biggest thing that would have changed here, if you were gonna throw the 5 so later, you could have thrown the 5 so here, and if you threw the 5 so here, then you would have been Tenpai here,
Mm.
and it would have been Dora 3. That's it, and you would have had to reach it. Maybe you do want to do that, maybe you don't. But like, I feel like I would have just reached it for reach Dora 3 with a 2-sided weight and been happy.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna, oh, the last door is here, and this is HOTS, so none of that matters. Why doesn't it show that this is visible? How weird. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. But it works out well for you. Like, third place takes from first place and leaves you in first place.
Mm.
So hey.
Well, I mean that's the reason to not throw points in, right? Because sometimes you can just watch your opponent's bodies
watch them struggle against each
drift
other.
down the stream as you sit there and do nothing and win.
It's very vivid
It's
imagery here.
it's Sun Tzu's Art of War.
All right, so what do we got here?
I didn't make up that image.
You
with
made
kids.
it up. You made it up.
No, I didn't. I'm a literature.
Original Gemma.
No. I studied Chinese literature. Is Sun Tzu's Art of War Chinese literature? Kind of.
There was never anyone
anyway.
named Sun Tzu.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a lie.
Yeah, I'm just like there's never. Oh, to be fair, Confucius didn't make mahjong happen. That was a lie too.
No, that's Confucius did not make mahjong. That I know, but Sun Tzu was also real. So look at this hand. This hand makes me sad because it looks like it kind of wants to do stuff, but I don't know, man. I got 3 pairs. I got a pair of south, which is nice.
You don't have to do anything. We're sitting pretty.
That's true. We are in the lead.
I will say, so if you're playing against me, this is where I think I said this last week. I start smelling blood in the water. I would be aiming at the south player aggressively and it's a really bad habit of mine because I'm like, I could just end this game. I'm in top now. The best way to stay in top is just to end that
game
person
immediately. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really bad habit, and I really need to get out of it. But maybe I've read too much Sun Tzu's Art of War, and it's like rubbed off on me. I'm like, kill him now.
All right, now we're getting somewhere. We got 3, 4, 5. We got 7. We got a hand that we can call to go quick if we want to. It could be South Dora. Yeah, it could be a very fast South Dora hand. Throw the one if you want to do anyway. Finish him. Yeah, exactly.
So I get it's really bad mahjong back. It's really bad.
I'm surprised. So this is our first real point of decision here. Do we call the 7 so? What would I do? I might.
No. Why?
If I'm looking to go fast. This is me doing what you do. This is me wanting to be pushy on the table. And make everyone think, oh no. The player in first is like going and going and going, and I'm not even gonna get a chance to make my hand. I better go fast. And making them worried.
Maybe. I don't think it'll work here. I think if it was the South, then they start to worry. But I think otherwise they're just going to think you're doing a Tanyao and it's not worth it.
That's what I want. But again, this is maybe a very environmental difference. I want them to think it's a Tanyao because I want them worried about every discard. I want them thinking that, like, I could be grabbing anything from them. I could be grabbing all these different tiles. But the South is like, oh, maybe it's a flush. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's that. Like, I don't know.
I know. I often, it depends on your environment. I think probably most of the environments we play in. Probably if you do that too much, they start ignoring you entirely.
Yeah, that's the problem. See, I also don't know about this Haku. Well, I guess a Haku has already come out. Yeah.
You need to play more events of Toby off, yeah. Toby's on.
So I throw another Haku. Hots. All these tiles just flying through my hand meaninglessly. All right, here we go. So now I'm Ishan 10.
See, now I'd call. Because I'm okay to get into.
Oof, we have to throw red.
I can't call. You can't call the 2s, can you? No, I'm not okay to call ever.
Now, what do we do here? We're Tenpai, but it sucks. Do we reach it? Or do we not?
6 and 9.
Wait, though. 6, 9.
And it's with the 9.
Genuine fake pin
No one
fu.
looks like they're going to want the. No one looks like they're going to want that 9-man. So I think. So if you
And we
reach
don't reach
it,
it.
if you reach it, then going to have to. They're going to have to get themselves into trouble to keep that 9-man. So I probably reach it. I definitely chase this reach.
Ooh, but instead we pong
Pinfo.
and end up waiting on the 7, and then
Oh my gosh, yeah.
wow,
I love Pinfo. I'm keeping that one. I'm sorry. I'm stealing
Pinfo's
that one
pretty
right now.
good.
I'm going
Oh
to put that
man,
down
look
now
at
in
this.
an.
I feel like this was not the best sequence of events. I feel
I was
like
too
if
busy.
we didn't reach, why pong the South?
Oh, they pawned the South.
Pong the
Sorry, I was
South.
too busy
We throw
enjoying
the safe
Pinfo.
8-man, and then the player in reach immediately sumos for Sanonko.
Surely they called though to kill the Epats.
Maybe, but I don't know. Do I care if Bison has an Epats? I don't. I'd rather have these other players worry a lot more than I worry, because I'm probably just going to dodge him with all these safe tiles. I
Yeah.
have 8, 2, 6, 7, 4 is fairly safe. Like, I have a lot of safe tiles in my hand. C looks flushy on pins. So like I have a lot of and then I'll have the South. So I'll have like South, 6, 7. I have the whole rest of the game safe. I can just leave and like not worry about this anymore. And I think that's probably what I'd want.
I agree.
Is to be like, I'm just gonna get the heck out of here. I don't care anymore. This hand is Pinfu garbage. The only thing this is the only thing that would leave me saying, well, I didn't reach here, and now once he does this, I'd be like, oh, thank God. Thank God I didn't reach, so I have all the tools I need to just walk away and not even care.
Would he have reached though?
Would he be son of?
Would he? Yeah. Would they have reached if you'd have?
If I'd have reached.
If you'd have exactly, that's the question you can't answer.
Almost definitely yes.
Probably, considering the point
points.
situation. Yeah.
They have a potential Sanonko. They need to get
points. What was their hand? The potential Sanonko. Okay.
I mean, it's reached Sumo, Sanonko, Tenhou. So it was just reach Tenhou to start, which shows that they were a little desperate. I don't know. The reach is 2 door right there, sticking in there. Wait, we were 2. It was reach door 2. I don't think so. For us, it would have just been
2 hand, 1 door. Yeah.
Yeah,
reach door. Yeah.
I wouldn't be throwing for a 2-hand reach when I'm in the lead like this with a bad situation and this late in the game. It's not worth it. I don't think it's worth it.
I agree with you, Dave. I agree with you on this one.
It's worth it. I just think, again, because if I win it, what do I get? I get, oh boy, 2,000 points. So I go from 45 to 47. But if I throw whatever into whoever, then they've had all game to craft their hand.
Never punished.
This says this new hand. This is South 2 now. Maybe Kokushi time. Maybe it's Kokushi time.
What? Don't say such nonsense. People get stupid ideas in their head. This is not Kokushi time. This is fold time.
Yeah, if you sumo, but you could also just sumo normally and get like sumo Dora for 2-han and get your 2-han that way. I don't know. I really like getting out of there, being able to get out of there. I see a lot of cool things for. Oh man, Nagashi manga. Yes. This is the time for Nagashi. No, this is actually not that bad of a start. Probably drain out the north and east because they're not important to you at all, and see what you get. Is what I'd be doing. Here goes the north. See, I'd probably throw the 1-man over the 4-man here. Like, I still want to keep my dragon options. Or if I'm going to throw a dragon, I'll throw the Chun that just came out. I probably wouldn't, like, be breaking a new dragon. I don't think Run supports Nagashi.
No, there's no Nagashi Mangan in Run.
Unless we're trying to feed the chickens, because that's sometimes I do. That's something I do sometimes. Is I throw these dragons out hoping that someone is so anxious that they'll just grab Yakuhai on like discard 2, and then end up making like Yakuhai nothing else because, like, because like
feed the chickens.
about getting something.
I like that one too.
Yeah, sprinkle value tiles out there because I don't give a crap. I don't need to win a one hand. So who cares? Maybe they'll grab something they shouldn't. Ronron and Tenhou are very closely related these days.
They do look
I could
similar.
have the Hakus if I didn't do this, and I could have the Hatsus if I did. Oh dear. What a time it is to be alive.
Still don't know why that one man's there, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't know why that one man's still here. But this is a great example again. I will say, believe in your dreams. Believe in the hand you could have at least a little bit, because this East is also trash. And instead of that Haku and Hatsu, you could have thrown the Chun that came out, and the one man, and the East, and all these other things that wouldn't have slowed you down in one bit, and now you'd have 2 dragon pairs, and you'd be ready for the sickest wait. There's nothing better than Reach waiting on either of the dragons that are left.
You didn't have to reach it.
You don't, but you should, just be rude.
Oh, no. Oh, I see. Your reaches are about disrespecting people.
Yes. Yes.
Right, okay. I remember that then.
And now your opponents see that you have such a good hand, you do not even care about lesser 3 dragons. Because your discards have made it very clear. You've shown them what you don't need, and that's a power move right there. So now East comes out. We got a lot of great shapes here, actually. We got 2, 3, we got 6, 7. I still don't know why this one man. Why is this one man still here?
Did you just forget it was there? Did you just forget it existed? And we're like, oh, I have 13 tiles?
Run-Run's a fine service as well. I mean, I wouldn't say at this point say that there's specific services you should, quote unquote, should be playing on.
No.
I wouldn't be saying that really. I'd say that like at the very high end, Run and Tenhou are going to have the most competitive play bases. But
the nice thing about Run is I think all of the big Mahjong Leagues pros play on Run now.
Yeah, if you want to play with pros.
So it's not just JPML pros.
Everyone's on Run.
Kyokai on Run. I don't think Saikoi-sen are, but I don't know. I need to check that. The big ones are on Run. Tenhou, they don't. You know, there are probably pros on there. You might not know they're on there. And I think, you know, it feels good to know you're playing against the pro, right? Yes, and Run does need a subscription fee. So, you know, if price is a factor for you, and it might be for a lot of people right now, you know, cost of living crisis. We do officially support Final Fantasy 14. However, at the moment, there's a triple triad car player in Rhaegar's Reach, and I haven't beaten him yet, so I haven't been on Mahjong for a while.
Wow.
Why won't the bastard just throw the hand, like the card? That's all I want. I've got Alpha, I've got Omega, whatever it is, Ironworks, whatever. I need that card.
Yeah, I need to play more FF14.
Yeah, I think RMU have an affiliation with Seoul, but I think they're also on Run. I don't know. Do you know what? Come back to me next week and I'll tell you which leagues are on Run. But Kyokai are and JPML are, which covers a huge professional player base. Yeah.
So we finally get rid of this one man to keep these better shapes, which is probably good. Oh, the Dora shows up. If we're going to throw it, now's a great time.
Throw it now. Just throw it now.
Yeah, okay, that we decided to dream too far to entertain. And then Cisan just sumos.
Well, Cisan, what have you been doing? And this is a problem for you now, because now they've got their dealership and they are closer to you.
That's it. That's really... maybe they were waiting for a better wait if they were going to do this, but jeez.
Maybe they were waiting... Maybe they're waiting for the Rian vehicle.
Maybe.
They've been ballsy, but...
They take it.
Yeah.
We're really good at drawing 3 of the Dora. Because we did it again.
Hi, Yoko. Yes, you can DM me. I'm on there in the mornings, normally UK time.
Up with 3 Dora in this game, because 3 Dora is apparently all we ever draw every time, forever. I know we have 4, we have a red. But what the heck?
Can you, whoever player this is, could you, put your hands on the screen now and give me some of your luck, please? You know, like those televangelists. I'm putting my hands on the screen. Give me your 3 Dora luck.
My opinion on the first discard here is that it needs to be one of the 3s.
Yes.
Because...
Yes.
I want this Haku.
Yes.
Because it might get me out of here.
Yes.
Good. Now what? Probably the other
Now,
three.
obviously, you've got to get the other Sanshoku.
Sanshoku Doko is an option.
Oh, is it okay? Reki's outed himself.
Well,
Right, okay.
the other thing about the other three is Chitoi becomes an option. And even though it means dropping a Dora, it might be okay. Toy becomes an option. Yeah, everyone broke the team for good luck. I'd probably throw this other three and be willing to hold on to this as a pair for specifically that reason. Oh, yes. But now we get here. At which point I think we do need to drop the 6-man.
Yeah.
Or the Haku, I guess.
It's a question. I probably throw the 6-man.
The Haku's... So, this is interesting.
Mm.
In terms of the Haku,
Mm-hmm.
if we throw the Haku, we could then draw 4, 5, 7, 8-man and get back to a 2-sided weight.
Yeah.
Which would be really cool.
Mm.
If we throw the 6, we give up on that 2-sided weight forever. With the hope that we draw a Haku and get...
Well, not necessarily Haku. I mean, either the 5-pin, the 8-pin, the 6 bamboo, the 9 bamboo, and just...
Well, those things get us ready, but the only reason we're holding the Haku is because we want another Haku. We want the option to draw another Haku, right? That's the only thing it does for us. So I'd almost say throw the Haku here.
But if you draw another Haku, if you throw the 6-pin, take that... Sorry, so I throw the 6-man, take in the 7-pin. Then let's say I draw the Haku, I throw the 9 bamboo, and then I can call the Haku.
Yeah, that's a great outcome.
Yes, I'm moving myself into a calling situation. I'm sorry. I'm leaving myself open for that ultimate destination that I call a Haku, and that's how I get into Tenpai.
See, I would be thinking at this point, throw the Haku, get rid of that dream.
Here's a lot of ifs. I don't know.
Hope to get 4, 5, 7, 8-man, and then throw a 9-so, and then I'm in the reach and 2-sided weight position. That's my thinking.
I mean, you could always get 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku. I haven't said Sanshoku in this stream yet.
That's so true.
Here it is.
Okay, so our player we get the 6 and flatten out, which I don't. Again, that's not my preference. I don't think it's wrong. It's a valid
I would have done that. I like that. And
all right, the 1 just comes and goes. The 4th East. Oh, what? No open con on the East? You're not going to do the Garth special of just open con the first chance you get for no reason?
It's not a Garth special. It's like Garth's antithesis. He hates it.
He does hate it. 7-so would be a great draw.
Yeah, 7-so would be a great draw.
9-pin, so close but not good enough. Another 6. That would have been ugly to draw if we'd thrown the Haku before, because then we would have this weird, like...
Yeah.
2 concealed... Oh, we do throw the Haku this time, though. Interesting.
Why? Yeah.
And then we throw the 6. It's a little bit of wiggling.
Were you worried that the Haku was becoming more dangerous as you went on? Because if that was the reasoning, then that makes sense to me.
7-pin comes in. So now we have another way to Tenpai, which is a potential Sanonko. Oh, God. Hots gets grabbed by the dealer who wants... Okay. So now we got the Sanshoku option.
Sanshoku.
So I'm imagining we should throw 6-so or 7-pin. We throw 6-so. Ugh. Haku gets grabbed.
I mean, maybe it was becoming live, so it was smart to get rid of it when you did.
Nope. B-san. All right, B-san.
This is okay for you. Again, Sun Tzu's...
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. It's South 3, not South 4. I was like, all right, B-san, you accomplished nothing, but B-san did accomplish things. They pulled themselves closer to A-san.
To getting third place. It's
good. Yeah. They pulled themselves closer to third, and they pushed C-san off the deal, so C-san can't get away. Also, this is fine for you. It's not as cool as winning these 3 Dora.
Sun Tzu's Art of War. You're sitting there watching the bodies go past.
Once again, we have Dora 2, Dora 3.
Just throw the 8-pin there.
Yeah, we don't know. Throw the East. That's fine too. Oh no, we're East.
No, it's not. You're East. That's not
East.
okay.
Yeah.
You need your Yaku here, and the 8-pin is not helping you.
So we drain our wins and honors. Maybe we're just tired by the end of this crap.
Yeah, and then again, why the 1-pin? Because Tanya.
We got rid of the 1-pin.
Okay.
Now we got rid of the 1-pin. Now we go to the 2. So we have 4, 5,
This
6,
is not
6, 8.
Yoko. This is not me. I did not draw this.
This
This
is a viewer
is
game.
not mine. Yeah, this is a video game. I did not do this.
Gemma's not this powerful at Mahjong.
No, I'm not this powerful. I wish I had this power.
So we're moving towards what looks like a Tenhou Dora 3.
Yeah, so if it was Tenhou, it was Tenhou from the start. So then why the 1 pin over the Haku?
Now it looks like we're moving towards Pinfu, I guess.
I don't know why you're surprised. Yeah, no, you're right, Bino. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I think it's a habit to pay attention to because it's really easy to to just get in that rote habit without realizing the honors can bring you value.
Because that's what we teach new people, right? We teach them. They're sitting there going like, oh, what do I throw? What do I throw? And they're hesitating. And we're like, just, like cutlery, right? Just outside in. And we teach them that when they're panicking, outside in.
So here we are.
Reach.
We do not reach. We're waiting on the 7 so only, and I think we're hoping to get to Pinfu.
Just reach your dealer. Pinfu or Tenhou, I imagine they're hoping for the 4, right?
4 would be great. Our winning tile comes by, but now we reach to chase the other reach, I guess.
But no, if you're the dealer, you shouldn't be chasing. You should be asking the questions. People should be chasing you. Again, this is the kind of positioning, this kind of posturing on the table you want to be thinking of. Tenhou is a good starting. You see, I think Sanchoku is a good starting block for everything. Less restrictive. More flexibility. Gemma is the one who knocks.
And we go. Gemma's the one who knocks. And we go to Tenpai no 10. With everyone Tenpai, does this end the game?
No, I don't. Oh God,
no, it
so.
doesn't.
No. You're right. It does in some games. So I think it used to in the old run rules. It would have ended the game, right? Not anymore.
Yeah. See, this is sad because if you'd reached when you got Tenpai, which you might as well have done. Like it's fast. It's like the end of the first row. No, it's not.
I'd have reached.
Sorry.
And you're the dealer. You're the dealer.
Middle of the first row.
If you weren't the dealer, I think there'd have been a better argument to not reach. But you're the dealer.
Yeah.
Reach.
Might as well just do it. Might as well just do it.
Dealer Dora 3.
Your time to shine.
Dora 3.
Still not a bad draw though. 2, 3, 4 Sanchoku sitting there. Great shapes. We got a 9-man to throw. We got a 9-so to throw.
Where's the 3 Dora?
Yeah, I don't know where the Dora
I'm disappointed now.
I know. Yeah, it's like. Why you coming? Yeah, it's like why. Yeah, you don't want to give people a chance if you can. You might as well be ready to take whatever win you can get. And it's like because you can't. I could see an argue. I will often argue for Dama to be sneaky. But, like, you can't even win via Rowan. So it's like you're not even being sneaky at that point. You might as well just taken it, I think. Ooh, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. I'm sad. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Don't throw the 9. You're
Itsu. Thinking the superior Sanchoku. Itsu sucks. Yeah, because it's going to be Itsu on a sucky way.
Well, but you could throw the 9-man instead.
Sucks. No.
You could throw the 9-man instead.
All right, okay, you could
keep your Itsu dream alive. It's not again. These things aren't necessarily what you're doing.
Wait, Itsu's not a dream; it's a nightmare.
I like Itsu, but you can throw the 9-man without harming any other thing you're doing in your hand.
Fair enough.
And keep your Itsu dream alive without throwing it away.
Nightmare.
Chun goes away. That's fine.
Itsu's a deceiver. Thank you, Chira.
Now 9 goes. So now we could do. We're actually Ishan 10 on the 1, 2, 3 Sanchoku.
Yay!
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like. I don't know. I feel like if you're choosing the Pinfu you have over the Itsu you could, that makes sense. But like deciding on your hand too early, I think is gonna make things pass you by. That's my feeling. Is like don't let these things pass you by because you didn't want to.
No, you're right, but I just hate Itsu. I know. Should I give a Yaku? What's the list of Yaku that I hate? I mean, obviously Ipeko's at the top. That's the stupidest one.
All right, so now we're Ishan 10.
Nagashi Mankan used to be my most hated Yaku.
Drawing 2 more ones. That's the best Itsu. All right, here we go. Might as well reach this, right? I'm imagining we nailed it. We got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this could be the 1, 2, 3. So it's either Sanchoku or Dora 1. And we reach it. Perfect. No better thing I can think of doing here. Except watching everyone else just ignore it because it's the last hand of the game and they don't care. And then someone else wins.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Sisan can't ignore it. They have to go.
Yeah.
And but it still
there
works
are
out
4
fine for
sticks
you.
on the table.
And that worked out fine for you.
Yeah, it actually was fine. Because Asan can't get high enough to go anywhere.
Yeah, it's great.
Everything worked out. They didn't even overtake Sisan.
I mean, I guess they were hoping for... Oh, they weren't reached. They couldn't have got the door flip. They left the auto win on?
Maybe they were just like, I can either win this hand or not. You know, like, it's a good chunk of points.
And of course, B-Sand has been slowly climbing up behind them.
Yeah.
So maybe they're like, I just want the third. The third is fine.
It's not like they threw 1,000 on the table. Like, it's a 23. It's 2 on hand with 4,000 on the table. 6,300 gets them up to what? 28,000, which is almost back to even. That's almost an even third place. So their third score is like -7. I think that's a meaningful play.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call that someone chumping out the last hand of the game.
Yeah, Reki just wanted Pinfu. And I think, but you wanted Pinfu Sanshoku because...
Yeah, I mean, Pinfu Sanshoku is the best.
Yeah.
My question would be, looking at this, what was everyone else doing? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. So this was a 5-8 wait for Sisan with Dora 2. This would have been This would have been Mangan for them.
Dora 3 because they got a red 5.
Oh, yeah, Dora 3. So it's Reach Pinfu Dora 3.
So that would have changed the game easily.
This would have been what
they
needed.
Win it. Yeah, that's great. Great play.
Yeah, they were right where they had to be. Yeah, no, this was a crazy game. The number of Dora 3 starts is like out of control.
Yeah, but I mean, Reki, you didn't get the hand with the big Dora high pies, but you got the hands you needed.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you didn't get them, but you also didn't deal in on them. You know, like you didn't lose. So it's like, it sucks to not win, but you didn't lose.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just nothing. There's nothing. Ah. You didn't win, but you didn't lose. And that's not losing is really important. Hands. I won one. Is that true? Oh yeah, you just won the dealer Hanemon, and that was it, and that was like all the points you needed for the whole game. I mean, that's kind of true.
That's the hungover game style, right? You get the Hanemon, and then you just yeah, exactly. Then you're just like, oh geez,
I did it.
When can I go get my coffee? Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
And that's why the dealerships are so powerful, though. A dealer Mangan or a dealer Hanemon can be all that's needed. I mean, that was a good lead as well. That was a good lead. I've seen far smaller leads with a dealer Mangan, and they just dodge everything else after that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then what happens? It's like nothing in South 1. I just like clicking through these. It sounds so nice. We lose 2,000 to a sumo to get down to 43. We lose 500 to a sumo, 42.5. Nothing happens. Oh, yeah, in this hand we play out to Tenpai. So back up to 42.5. Yeah, and then, you just hang out. Yeah. That's it. But yeah, that's what you can do when you have the lead. You just keep control of the game. Nice. Very nice. Wait, what's going on? Is that... Why are they all at the doctor?
Yeah, do you know what? They made a new commercial, and I haven't seen this new commercial. But yeah, Moriyama's in the back, and he's like wearing scrubs, and I haven't understood why or how.
Dr. Mahjong here. What is happening?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like a lot of this
if you click on it, does it take you through to something?
I'm terrified of what happens if I click on this.
No, it's JP Mouse. It'll be fine. It'll be safe for work. So, the commercial's been released. Oh, there's a tournament. They're obviously using Google Translate, I see.
Oh no, my
you're doing it. Okay. So they got a little tournament.
4 games with East South.
See, commercial watching. Okay. Do they not have the commercial somewhere to see?
It doesn't look like it.
Oh, that sucks. Let me see if I can find this.
Yeah, let's see if we can find this commercial. I'm really curious now.
It's a Run commercial, right?
Oh, we have the WRC logo here, authorized by WRC.
Look, I have a lot of problems with the balance of that logo, and I tried to get them to choose a more better balanced logo, but
It's even Japanese too. It's 26 o'clock.
they aggressively refused because they were like,
That's
"This is
true,
the worst."
26 o'clock. But you know what's nice about 26 o'clock? 26 o'clock
I
does make
love
it
it.
really clear that it's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like that.
Oh no, I love it.
26 o'clock. Yeah, I really want to know if we can see this. I don't know what's going on here.
I'm just
I need to
looking
send
now.
this image to everyone.
What is this from on again? Oh, them, that was a tweet saying they're making it. So where is this commercial?
Superior clock system. It just helps me not understand, because if I'm gonna say it's like, even if I say like 1800 to 0200, it's hard to remember. Is that the same day? Is that the next day? Is that the day after that? But like,
do you know what? One thing I hate about you Americans though is you don't use the
you Americans, you're not supposed to talk that way about groups.
right. Okay, but you don't use the 24-hour clock. Okay, I hate people who don't use the 24-hour clock.
Okay, you shouldn't hate groups of people just for aspects of their culture. That's not okay.
Okay, I found it. I found it, and I'm not going to look any further because I don't understand it, and I don't know if I want to. Okay, I'm going to send this.
Shareable?
It is shareable. Everyone is fully clothed.
Well, I'm sure everyone's fully clothed. Jesus,
it's just super weird, and I haven't watched all of it. I'm telling you, where's Discord?
All right,
but I just don't understand.
We can watch this together.
It's more that I'm like, who pitched this concept?
We can. What marketing firm did this? I don't know.
Yeah, okay, come on, Discord. Load. I need to find Dave. Where's Dave? There's Dave. I found him. All right, I've sent it to you. I don't know if you can make the sound come through so everyone can enjoy the sound.
The sound's just going to be my desktop sound, so I think it should just happen.
Okay.
I think it should just be viewable. All right, let's open up a new tab together.
I'm not going to get the sound because you
won't hear the sound.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna do this. Oh, there's an ad here. This is a normal YouTube ad.
Okay, I'm gonna.
No, I don't care about this ad. What?
It's terrible.
But why?
I don't understand. Like, why are they in the hospital?
Hold on, my YouTube is. Yeah, why are they all? Why are they in the hospital? Is it just because they're old?
Where did they find this hospital room that allowed them to film? Was it like, my friend has a spare hospital room, let's film?
I'm so confused. I guess they're showing off you can play it on your phone. It's great. And maybe the doctor's like, you're all dying of cancer. And they're like, we don't care. We're playing Mahjong. It doesn't matter.
I don't know. Like, I thought that there'd be a punchline, but there wasn't really. The doctor just comes in and he's like, what are you doing? Didn't you know you could play Mahjong now on your phone?
It's so confusing.
I mean, surely, like, having it like in the park, having it in a beautiful park with like blossoms coming down, going, oh, you can play Mahjong and ignore your friends would be a better pitch, no?
I mean, again, like I'm gonna say, I don't understand Japanese marketing, so I have no expert on this.
That's true. I mostly watch the adverts and I'm terribly confused. I really like it when they've got something and they're like, even a woman can use it. Speaking about being pejorative to groups of people. Don't you remember that Mahjong table? And they're like, easy. Even a woman can use it. And you're
like, I'm gonna say, if I remember right, it was so light even a woman can like move it around.
Yeah, it was.
That's at least nowhere near as shitty as being like so easy even a stupid woman can understand it. It's like so light even a probably less good at lifting stuff woman can move it, which I'm like, you still really shouldn't be saying that in this day and age, but at least I can kind of understand what you're doing.
I mean, I guess I don't know, why didn't they get like a kid to lift it, you know?
Yeah, so easy even a child can lift it. At least you're avoiding any, unless we hate, do we have a problem saying that about kids? No, maybe some kids are fucking ripped. Like, I don't know.
But like, they're probably stronger than me, but to be fair.
So
but yeah.
easy even a child can lift it, gets away from all of the possible problems.
Yeah, I know, but you go to Japan and it's like, it is good though, because they always, if you go to or the
You don't want
Nomi
children. No,
Hodais,
we don't want children.
yeah, children, no, I do. But if you go to the Nomi Hodais, that all you can drink, they have the man course and the female course, right? And they're like, because women drink less than men.
Like,
Yeah, that's again blood in the water to me. I
I
can prove
still
to them that women can drink.
I still feel like there is a bit of a difference between like those weird like kind of benevolent sexism things and like the straight up like women are bad and not as good as men. Like,
Yeah, do you know what? And that's the thing with Japan. A lot of it is benevolent sexism. Like they actually, so I think there was some. I remember WRC used to have a female,
oh yeah,
best
ladies
female
trophy. I remember
cup,
ladies
right?
trophy. Yeah.
Ladies trophy, right? And the reason that was requested was basically, I mean, it's positive discrimination, right? They want to be able to have a female standing on the podium.
Right. Right. Well,
And
that's where you get into those tough things.
yeah, and that has historically not happened in mahjong. So yeah, do I like it? No, obviously I don't like the fact there's a ladies' trophy. It feels very patronizing. But is the intent bad? No, the intent is good.
The other thing I will say about that, in its defense, is that it's not like a separate competition. It wasn't like, if you're a lady in this competition, you might win the ladies' trophy. It was, if you're a lady in this competition, you have every right to win the trophy. Like, it wasn't like women were separated. A female contestant could have won the main trophy. They could have been number one. And also we have a trophy for the number one place lady, which I think is good because it also avoids that whole, like, you're in a separate league thing. It's hard. It's really hard. How do you encourage people? How do you break open these things that are bastions of kind of sexism without doing things that also are a little sexist seeming or discriminatory seeming from a philosophy? It's life is hard.
Yeah, and I think, especially from a Japanese cultural perspective, mostly when women have children, they tend to take, a year or two out of their careers.
I don't know why they
to
would
look
do that.
after the child, right?
It must just not be tough enough, right?
But then you look at sports people and geez, if you've gone through the newborn stage, none of you that's a whole lifetime I lived in that newborn stage. Anyway, but I think there's more pressure now in the West to not let the child stop you and you keep on going, right?
I mean, there's a lot of pressure in the West to do the have it all thing, where you just like maybe you have a family, but who cares? You still just have it all. Like it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. Having a kid is a lot of work.
It reminds me of that episode in BoJack Horseman. I rewatched that episode after having a kid, and I was like, Jesus, it's hard.
But yeah, starting to get a little better about giving like time.
What would be nice, and we are definitely
that's not good.
We are definitely careering away from mahjong now. But I think what would be nice is if men were allowed to take the same level of responsibility during that period.
I've been working with are starting to do that, where they're starting to say there's a large amount of time off for the primary caregiver.
So you see, I think that both caregivers could have.
No, the non-primary caregiver gets a less large amount of time, but the primary care, like if I remember it, at least at one of my previous jobs, it was like 2 months, or some very large amount for that if you were considered the primary care, and that wasn't a gendered thing. If you were the person who was going to be being the primary caregiver, you got 2 months. If you're a non-primary caregiver, you got like 3 or 4 weeks.
You do realize that 2 months is pathetic.
Maybe
it's 9 months here as a minimum.
It's a lot nicer than the no time that you are required by the federal government to give.
Well, he said that's so here, as the female gets 9 months, and now they're trying to do this shared parental leave. I think it's a year, and you can share it between you how you like. And Germany was kind of similar, but it was really interesting that. And people can correct me if I'm wrong, because the system may have changed. But so I was a team leader, right? So I had to sign off, and so this is how I got to learn about it. So one of my team members, their wife had a kid. He didn't personally have a kid, but they had a kid, and he had to take a year off. Otherwise, he would not be able to claim any of the other benefits that you get from being a parent.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so he had to take a year off work.
And does it get paid? Does it get paid by the state? What happens? Like what? Like how does that work? Does the company have to pay him for the year?
You get paid by the company, yeah.
Okay, so the company still pays you for a year. Oof.
Yeah,
it's rough if you're an employer. That's not fun. I mean, honestly, Yoko, like the UK is a place that's going to be slowly chipping away at these protections.
Yeah, don't come to the UK. Go to the EU.
Go to the EU. Go to the EU and get some actual human rights.
Don't come here, because the rest of it is horrifying, Yoko. Like, I think childcare now has exceeded the cost in America, which is impressive because usually everything costs more in America. But
we're number one.
No, we've managed to beat you. Our childcare costs even more.
Hold on. I found that there's a 23-minute long making of video about the commercial. I've been informed.
23 minutes to
Like
this.
23.
Just because they make the commercial and then they're
I
like,
want to see the making of video about how the commercial
I
was
feel
made.
like maybe it's not a standalone thing. Maybe you have to understand
Maybe
how the concept was born. Yeah, I mean Japan has, in Japan, because
was
being
the audio
pregnant,
not coming through?
So people can correct me, but as I understand it, in Japan, because being pregnant is not an illness or a disease or something, it doesn't get covered by your health insurance, so you have to pay. Unless you have a cesarean section, then it becomes a medical emergency and you get it covered by insurance. Like, what? None of what they just said makes sense. And then yeah, and childcare, I think, was it 5 years ago there was that terrible, and people were just telling the government to die, and they hate, like, when you say shine to die in Japan, it's a lot stronger. It's like swearing.
Why was that happening? What's going on?
Because people couldn't get childcare. And it's the pressure and all of that is really, yeah, I don't know. It's people get really.
Why can't I migrate the audio? I'm sorry, I didn't realize that the audio wasn't coming through because my audio configuration is always the worst.
Not that the audio for the ad was very useful.
No, but like this volume mixer just doesn't show me half the apps I have running.
I mean, Zadi, it'd be nice if the Brits would actually properly, like, we need that revolution. We never had that revolution, which is why now, despite the fact that people are homeless, not being able to afford to pay their heating bills or buy their food, now we're going to have a coronation and watch an ancient man, be pulled around in a golden fucking carriage, whilst children starve to death in this country. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit passionate here.
Yeah, wait, why is he in a golden carriage? What's going on?
Because he's getting coronated, isn't he? He's getting a golden crown put on his head. And his mistress, his wife now, is also getting a golden crown on her head.
Why can't I... Wait,
and they get to hold a golden stick.
Okay,
and no one thinks that this is grotesque.
Let me go back to this ad.
In a cost of living crisis.
Because now... Hold on. Let's do this.
I don't know why they just don't stop.
All right, now tell me, folks, if you can hear the ad this time, because I'm dumb and stupid.
I don't think the sound's working, no, Dave. Sorry.
I should be able to have the sound. It should have sound.
I'm not hearing sound.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, you hear sound. Oh, I don't hear sound.
You won't hear my sound.
That's just Jim's problem. I
I
like my iPad. Just look.
Yeah, they're all in.
Okay, thanks, Eric.
スマホでも遊べるようになりました。もちろん人気男子との対決もロンロンで検索してね。
All right, so this is the actual ad, but now there's apparently this big making of video.
Do you know what? I almost wonder if that commercial was made for the the screens they have on the trains. That's what that feels
Wait,
like.
now they're doing a hand-drawn version of this?
Yeah, but you didn't mind it.
But like on the trains, and they have the video screen for the adverts. Maybe that's what this was done for. That would make more sense.
They're just showing them filming it. You can see a legit Japanese payphone there in the corner. They're weird payphone.
Who uses a payphone now?
Me? I could hear it if Chamo would shoot. I'm just wondering if what is happening.
あとはもう手持ちで少しこう、
Mari-chan looks like she's wondering what's happening.
Yeah, she also.
看護婦さんです。憧れの職業ですけど、私には全然慣れなそうな看護婦さんです。
Well, she wanted to be in this apparently, but you got to be a mahjong player
ちゃん
instead.
としてすごい大変なイメージがあるので。見て見て。会長の名前が書いてある。芸が細かい。
Kaicho's Moriyama's name written there.
Yeah.
Oh, they really went all out and really did all the props.
They gave them documents?
Yeah, with the names and stuff on.
先生がまだ来ないですね。先生がいるから。
So it's like they're...
Oh yeah, and then the doctor Yuka-san. This is what I love about Japan. They really care about the details beyond what is reasonable. Why did the mascot? Because who was it? Did Maya Hara or so say that she was looking cute, and so she was bashful. Look, you have to be told how to react when you're watching Japanese TV. Otherwise, it makes no sense.
Yeah, it's like that's the shot. That's it.
よーいスタート
They had to take this shot that many times.
Oh yeah, we should do a double. See, this is the thing people don't realize about media production. You watch the finished product and you think like they did all that in one go, but no, it's chopped up bullshit like this.
Oh, like
ロンドンのグラフィッ
okay,
クが
so
一
she's
新
happy now. Now
スマート
that
フォンでも遊べるようになりました。もちろん人気雀士との対決も
did they get the old guys in later? Just she did marry Chad also.
Her parts.
今ちょっとセリフを探ってました。
ちょっと忘れです。
はい、何度かお願いいたします。
お願いします。
She's got a really nice smile, smiling everywhere.
スタート。
Smile is
ロンドンの
filling
グ
the
ラフィックが
room.
一新スマートフォンでも遊べるようになりました。あ、ごめんなさい、忘れちゃった。
She's telling us about the graphics. She's doing, here's the graphics. No, you can't do it.
Another
It's
graphic
bad.
there.
はい、で改めていきま
I reckon, do you know what? I reckon there's commercials for the TV.
す。
Not for the TV, for the train.
はい、
In which case that makes a little bit more sense, I guess.
I guess you just do something weird so people are like, why are they at the hospital? But then
Right, exactly. Because it wouldn't make much sense if you watch it right on the TV and you wouldn't look at it on YouTube, would you? Because you just have too many questions. But on the train,
you'd be like,
they're
what's
just
up
30
with that?
seconds.
ロンドンのグ
Yeah,
ラフィッ
yeah.
クが一新スマートフ
And,
ォンで
and
も
they,
遊べる
then
よう
they
になりま
can't
し
give
た。
you too much
も
information,
ちろ
right?
ん
They
人
only
気
give
雀
you
士と
the
の
main
対
points, so then you check it out
ごめんな
online.
さい。
You check out this how many minutes video? Poor Mary
this is a
Chan.
long video. This is 23 minutes
Yo.
of outtakes.
Poor Mary Chan not
ロンドンのグラフィ
managing to
ックが
say
一
these
新
things properly.
スマートフォンでも遊べるようになりました。
She's really
も
nice,
ちろん
Mary
人気
Chan.
雀
Like,
士との
super
対決
nice.
も
Like,
Seems
if you
pretty
see her.
patient.
Yeah. Oh, she
Hi.
is. Like, I
いただき
don't.
ました。
She's got the patience of a saint, this
機
woman.
械バージョンも。
スマホですね。
Um,
はい。
スマホ
And
で
she's
す。
a good Mahjong player too.
But
But
ironically, in this video, she's not a patient.
はい、じゃあ行きます。
本番で
本番
ー。
ですす。
Eh?
いきます。よーい。
These are the jokes. This is what I got.
I'm really impressed with the
Come on.
ironing level on that shirt.
よーい。
That thing is like starched stiff. I bet you if you took it
ロン
off,
ドン
it'd
の
just
グ
be
ラ
the
フィッ
same
クが
shape.
一新
Yeah,
スマホ
right.
でも遊べるようになりましたもちろん人気雀士との対決も
That
They
is.
just like lowered it over.
はい。ちょっと一
Maybe
瞬
they
スマホ
sewed
が
her
悩ん
into
だ
it.
感じが。
Maybe
ちょ
they
っとだ
cut
け
her
したんで、もう一回だけいいですか。
Is this?
では続け
I
てい
don't
き
really
ま
know
す。
if the making
もう
of.
一度行きま
Yeah, I don't know
ー
if this is actually. I'm like, is this fun?
しょうがないんだな。
Just fast forward a bit.
Maybe
It's massive, yeah.
she's still
との
delivering
対
the
決も
lines.
Really? How many minutes of delivering these lines was it?
と
お腹、そうですね、下に出てます。あ、例えばそういうことですね。と、
I'm gonna how to gesture
Yeah.
properly for these.
Oh no, because it was a pose. I think that was a pose that they were using, right?
Yeah,
the-
it's hard to
yeah.
know what they're saying. Alright,
I,
let's
じゃあ行きます。
move forward to the guys.
これ高くない
well, what I was hoping was that someone would tell us why.
スマホで見えるか。うんと、
Yeah.
My heart is like, and this is what you call a computer. No, he's like, why have you got us in this bed? He's like, who did I leave this job
Yeah,
to?
like you told me I needed to do this.
She's nervous in front of these senior people now. These are pretty senior people.
Yeah, like these are the most important people in the league.
Yeah. Exactly. PC, tablet, and cell. They've done well there.
Yeah, make sure you
なん
do
なら
it.
もう一歩ぐらい行けよ。
But who's this guy who doesn't get a bed? Why does he just have to sit there in his
Maybe he's visiting
But he's in the patient
in
gear.
a patient gown. Yeah.
I know, we call that, yeah, the gown, that's the hospital gown.
では、荒さんも
But they let him wear,
They
they let him
上
wear,
の方に
they let him wear his trousers. They weren't like, you're
は
not
い
gonna, we're not
で
gonna
は
see your
皆さん
legs.
ローノをプレイしている雰囲気を
I wonder if they didn't like
できま
just
す
decide the hospital was the cheapest venue they could
Yo.
film in. They were like, well, we could get the studio for this much, but the hospital's free this weekend. Like, it was just a take of them making like they're playing.
黒木さんもっとスッと入ってきちゃっていいかなんか今悩まれてましたこれ映像撮ってね
Moriam doesn't do that. That's all that matters. Do you know, Moriam's a super jokester. Like, he's exactly. He just keeps telling jokes in the room. He's a jokester, that guy.
よい
I
Start.
have noticed this. When he's in a good mood. When he's in a bad mood,
Yeah.
he's very quiet.
Yeah, but like, it's really funny because sometimes the jokes just really ease the situation. Other times, like, they make it more stressful because everyone's like, oh my god, the president's here. And then he
told a
starts telling
joke.
jokes, and then like, do we laugh?
よ
The
ね
answer is you should laugh. He likes it
す
when
ごい
people laugh.
時代ですよね
Rona and Tenhou 5G keeps
はい、
disconnecting.
そんな
Do you know
感じ
what?
でいいんですか
Yeah, I don't know. I have like intermittent problems with
あ、そうで
Tenhou,
す
I'm gonna be
ね。
honest.
用意スタート。
スマホでできるっていいよね
Well, this is where I said tell.
すごい
They have
時代
color
ですよ
coded
ね
robes though.
That's probably an actual hospital thing in Japan. I've luckily, touch wood,
はい。
Hello.
I've never been in the hospital in Japan, and I would like to remain not in the
Well,
hospital
we're
in
gonna
Japan.
be there in a couple weeks, so you
Yes,
better
and I
make
would
sure to be
not
healthy.
like to be in the hospital.
行き
Yes.
ま
マシも
I gotta message my uncle and see if I'm gonna visit him or
す。
not.
用意
It's take 8.
スタート。
Still
ス
listing
マ
how
ホで
many
できるっ
takes.
ていいよねすごい時代ですね
Maybe there's someone who was really frustrated at how long it took to make this.
Yeah, there's a line. We're gonna take all the outtakes. This is supposed to be a 20-minute gig.
What if you could do
Oh, this
SEO
is normal
smarter
ad. Go away,
and
normal ad.
faster? With Wix, you can edit your
Yeah,
content.
There's way too many
じゃあ
ads on
今
YouTube
でもう
now.
一回練習しましょう。はい。
I bet Iga did it in like 1-2 takes.
君
What
たち
take number is this?
何を騒いでいるんだ
はい。そんな感じでございます。スタート。
Got 3 takes.
君たち何を騒いで
I'd
いる
like to
ん
point out
だ
none of these people are actually actors. So
はい、カット。
hoping for them to act naturally in
Stop.
front of a camera is a little bit
It's really hard. It's really hard.
yeah. Yeah.
君たち何を騒いでいるんだ
I don't think I could do an advert. I'd just go
はい、
really
ありがとうございます。いただきました。
weird. It's natural, you're good at Yoko? Oh, I'll be bad.
I feel like I could do it. It's hard though. I feel like I part of like
君
time
た
I
ち
spent doing media stuff is
何をして
prepared a
るん
little
だ
bit.
あ何を
You know,
騒い
but
で
you've got a much you've got the right demeanor, you've got the right voice and all of that, and
I don't know if I'd say
you're
that.
really good at
Stop.
it, but I'm terrible. Like
I'd say for me, it's, in my mind, it's just that I've done it a little bit, so I have this,
君たち
like a little bit of experience to
何を
not
騒いで
be
い
a
るんだ
total beginner at it, which helps.
Mm.
But it's still hard. It's just really hard. It's really hard to like
はい、いただきました。
look
OK
at
です。
things
あり
that
がとうご
aren't
ざい
there, or point to different things, and
Mm.
other stuff like that. Like it's hard.
and I feel like you're more like every time I've seen like when Jamie showed me like video takes from that documentary,
ます。
I just feel like
驚きの
wow, Jamie, you've got a lot of
バリエーションをちょっと欲しい
energy.
なと思っています。
That's good though. Energy's good.
はい。
No, I know, but then I gesticulate and I'm moving and
そう結構大げさにやってもらっても
That's interesting. I didn't know
post
that
game
was a
show panels
German,
anime cons no nice.
じゃあ、用
a
意、
German
スタート。
Oh,
え
What's Vic 20?
ちょっと早かっ
すいません、
た
これをスタートさせていただきました。
I stutter when I get enough. I just talk crap.
スタート。
え
Oh.
needs to give his
はい、
incredible.
ありがとうございます。じゃあ、最後に森田さんだけいいですか。
なんか手でもつけまし
You
た
know what, JPM out, I would love to be in one of your commercials though. I could nail it in 50 takes.
なんかちょっと確かに。
何気に
I would love to do a JPM commercial.
I
Like I've
was trying
seen,
to convince him that we should do this.
I don't know, like I see Garth, because Garth is really good, right? And he just, like he's done a lot, like he's acted a lot in Japan and he's done a lot of commercials and he does his voice acting. So he's just, like he just knocks out of the park. He always just looks great. He knows what he's doing. I don't know how he does it. I don't know. I mean, obviously he's professional. That's how he does it. That's why they
It's
pay
also
him the
probably a lot
money.
of practice, and having Garth's face.
Yeah, but I mean,
You
his
need
voice.
Garth.
I mean, if you hear his voice acting work is really, really good.
Oh,
Like,
that's really
I mean, he's got a beautiful face, but when you take away the face and you're just listening to the voice acting work, you're not distracted by his face,
Take
and
away
you can
his
hear
face. His face is a distraction.
yeah, but you can hear how you can hear how good his voice is, how clear the sounds are. Yeah, Garth's voice acting, he does. He does do a. There's, he won't mind me telling you, but he did do this commercial for a famous vibrator. And I was walking.
His Tenga egg
Yeah,
days.
and I was walking through Don Quixote, and they had it on, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
This is like I know him. I'm ashamed
that
that I
guy.
know him.
I'm like, I'm not lingering around this presentation, but I know that guy.
Tom's famous story about being at a donkey with the Tenga eggs. It was like right next to the children's toys. They're like, "Oh, well, what are these?" And he's like, "Oh no, why am I in the middle of this? It's everywhere."
That's Japan.
A little
It's like
bit.
you want to go to the convenience store and pick up Kindai Marjan, and you're like, why am I looking at all the pornography? Why is it at child's eye level as well? Like,
yeah, that's where it gets a little awkward. It's like this should
I-
maybe be
yeah.
in a space that it's like very distinctly for adults at
Right.
least. Like, I don't care.
Because
if
they
you
have
wanna
like
read
the
this stuff,
ladies
like-
magazine. No, I don't. But they have the ladies magazines, the like Shonen Jump, the kids comics, and then the hardcore porn. Not little porn, like hardcore. Yeah, not like the kind of sexy, like, oh, this girl's in a swimming costume, like the hardcore porn, just like right there, and you're like,
Sure, it's all pixelated. It's fine. You can't see anything.
You don't have to pixelate the boobs.
Well, you shouldn't.
Mm.
That's why
Yeah.
women have fought in Western society for the right to be. That's why here in New York, women can be topless as much as men. Legal.
I wouldn't recommend
And
it.
they don't have to be pixelated neither.
I wouldn't recommend it though.
I don't know. I
You
mean,
say it's legal, but
ideally, as a matter of personal dignity, it should be an individual's choice, and they should not suffer any consequences for that. But the world.
yeah, they
not
will
always as
suffer
pleasant as it
consequences,
is.
unfortunately. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Garth should be in a Super Sentai. That'd be great.
What's the Super Sentai?
Like one of like Power Rangers, like one of those types of things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It should be Garth Rangers. But at this point, he's old enough that he'd be the person telling the Rangers what to do. He wouldn't be one of the Rangers. He'd be like,
Poor Garth.
I mean, you got to be like 20 years old to be doing that stuff. Like,
That's true. Like they are. They must just discard them as soon as they hit like 22, right?
It's very legitimately athletic, but like, yeah, it's for 20-year-olds to be running around, jumping around in costumes. I guess he could be like Godzilla, though.
You do a good
I'd
Godzilla.
love to be Godzilla. So you're in the costume, you're just like, that's me. I'm crushing Tokyo.
I mean, you can always, if you like being a nudist, there are plenty of places to be a nudist in Europe again.
Oh, really? Except, oh no, sorry, I thought that I was remembering something wrong. But
No, and even like I'm pretty I'm pretty liberal, but I did go to France, and all the ladies just immediately just took off their tops on the beach, and I'm like, well done them. I could not do that, but it's so normalized, because the problem is if you did it in New York, it's not normalized, right? People do not expect to see a topless woman walking down the street, so it becomes a thing.
No, but it
Whereas
is legal.
Everyone
But it is a thing.
expected it to happen on the beach, and no one, it's not sexualized, right? If you take something like that and put it in a context where it's not expected, it becomes sexualized, whether you want it to
See,
or
I
not.
feel like the word sexualized, though, is not the right word. I feel
But
like
then-
there's a
but
different
then that's-
word for what you're saying.
Okay,
'Cause I feel like
there
there's,
might
like,
be, yeah.
There's like,
But my concern is that's why I wouldn't take my top off in a place like New York, because I'm pretty sure I'd be sexually assaulted.
maybe. I mean, the thing is, like, I'm defensive of this because there's all these
Yeah.
all this stupid crap that people say about, the cities are burning down and they're full of crime. This is actually one of the safest places you can be in the country. But it's
Oh, yeah.
true that I'm trying to think of the word because it's not
Okay,
about sexualization. It's about
having
like,
been a woman, even wearing a skirt can get you sexually
yes, well, that's what I'm
assaulted.
saying. Like, I can't be like, that wouldn't happen because that's crazy. But like, there's a word for something being kind of taboo and interesting because it's taboo, and I think that's what you get when things are not common.
Yes.
Because at the end of the
yes.
day, like, it doesn't matter how used to being naked people are with each other or not.
Mm.
Like, people are attracted. Humans will be attracted to other humans.
Yeah.
They will look at another human they find attractive, and it will be something attractive to them. It will be sexualized in a way. But it's not like the type of thing where, almost like the fact that it's taboo, the fact that it's forbidden, the fact that it's not what you're supposed to do, or something you only do ever in a sexual context, makes something seem more sexual than it necessarily is. And that can kind of be based around almost any behavior.
I agree. But I know we didn't understand why Mahjong was in the hospital. I am going to go on a Twitter deep dive later tonight to see if we could find out why
I'm
that was
curious.
decided.
Our thinking
are
is, if it's a train,
Are they
ad,
going to? Is it a series? Yeah, we think it
ooh,
might be is this just the start? Like done
that'd be amazing.
hospital.
Maybe there's like a
like-
underlying plot.
Like, yeah, where's the next place they can do it? See, the hospital's pretty weird. They started strong.
Yeah, they start throwing out.
I don't.
Twitter's technically still around. It's limping along. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's very interesting. I think, I'm thinking if it's a train ad, they just want to catch your eye. It's just got to be something you're
Yeah.
not expecting to see. So you're just like, holy crap, what's that? And then you just keep watching, like, all right, I guess that was an ad for Ronaron. But then it's in your head.
Yeah. I mean, I mean,
Ugh.
I think Japanese commercials push a level of surrealness that we're not usually expecting.
Up on the internet as a model, yeah.
I don't know.
That would be
Then
really interesting.
I'm desperately trying to think. Like the hospital was weird. What next? I don't know. Like anything else I can think of after that seems slightly
It seems a
more
little boring, a little dull. It's a little like normal.
because that's a weirdly like normal circumstance. But why is there mahjong? And that's what you need, right? A normal circumstance. Why did you put mahjong here?
Oh, maybe we can do Secret Bathroom Johnso.
Secret bathroom
Johnso.
Oh, you mean we're gonna see them sitting on the toilet?
Yeah.
Funeral home.
Full
Okay,
funeral
got
home.
it.
Yes, yes.
Got it.
They're just straight up dead now. They're just straight up dead now, but still playing mahjong.
Oh, a wedding. I'm sorry. A wedding feels less morbid. Let's do a wedding.
Wedding is for sure less morbid. But I feel like we are straight up dead now. It'd be real funny. It'd be real funny. We're straight up dead now. Wait,
US Sega Mahjong's gone?
They had a US Sega MJ ad? No, there was an ad.
There was an ad.
Why is it gone? I want it. I want to see it. I want to know. What happened?
Yeah, Mahjong. Yeah, you know what? Mahjong portals try English, and then do you know what the problem is? They only half-assed try it, though. I feel, and then they don't.
A lot of times, a lot of them have only.
Yeah.
But it's tough. It's tough to grab an audience. Yeah.
So the US Sega Mahjong just as a thing is gone, is it? Yeah, is. I mean, it's different, especially now. You know, you're fighting against something like Mahjong Soul and Ricci City. You're just not going to.
You're not going to win.
I did see the Saki and Final Fantasy 14 manga. Thanks, Olo Busty. I did see it.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's confined to a manga. So, you know, it's not going to.
Wait, you can put JP Sega with English commentary?
Oh, nice.
I want to do that. I need that.
Get so excited everyone else to go listen.
That ad sounds super cool. It's one guy on the internet. Yeah.
Maybe me and Dave should just make our own run ad.
We should make our own run ads in English. Let's do it. Let's start making some. Who wants to be in our run ads? I need people to be in videos. Let's start making some videos.
You could make not a bad one because you could be on the New York subway. I could be in like rural England.
Yeah.
And then we need two people in very different places, and we're all enjoying the game together with our phones, our devices. We've got one iPhone. We need an Android.
I got an arcade cabinet in the subway.
Tablet, and then someone and it's
sitting in the subway with an arcade cabinet.
I mean, that wouldn't be the worst. One of you can be a hospital patient. That's fine. That would be our nod to the original.
Isn't VTuber for VTuber? Oh God.
VTuber is still a thing. I feel VTubers has started to. It was a real boom, right? And now I feel like it's most of the big streamers still seem to be using the actual face, right?
I don't know if I can credit someone on SAC card. I think I have to be part of the guild, right? Like it's got to be a totally union.
Oh, your VTuber model's gone.
Oh, no.
Well, that's really sad. That's really sad. I know. I feel like that you know that whole thing. I mean, it stayed longer than the hot tub meta, but I think maybe
it's still going. But I think again, it's like a craze. Everyone was hyped for the new one. Now it's going to settle down to some kind of stable.
Yeah, but you know, I'm going to say something. I'm going to bring it back to Mahjong, and it's going to be an unpopular opinion, and some people on the stream are going to not like what I'm going to say.
Who is it? Me?
It's a trigger warning. I'm going to relate this to Mahjong Soul, and this is the problem with a lot of anime things, is that it gets really big, and people are like, oh, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, but then it just caps out because there's only so many people. The many people who are going to accept an anime character are limited in this world. And it's more limited than people expect, right? Because often when people see an anime girl making cute little noises, it turns them off. And I think that's the problem with Mahjong Soul. It always exploded, and now it's just not going to keep growing in that way anymore.
I don't know.
Because the number of people who will accept that graphic, that kind of look, is limited.
I think that the thing that factors into that really is just that there's always something new. Forgetting even the content that is, for any group of people, and maybe this is coming from my experience in the board game hobby world, right? Like I was talking, when I went to Gen Con last year, It's a big old Dave story. I went to Gen Con last year, and there was a game there called Foundations of Rome. Foundations of Rome had this 250, maybe 400. It was a lot of money. Fancy Kickstarter edition with this special wash, and it was supposed to be really pretty and really cool, and everyone's really hyped for it. And I had the chance to buy it actually. I had a few extras. I was like, no, it's fine. because I didn't think I would be that hyped for the game. But anyway, people had a lot of money. They were really hyped for it. The Kickstarter game came, and I was talking about it with my friends last night. I was like, whatever happened to that game? Like, yeah, a bunch of people put it on their best games of 2022 list, and no one ever talked about it again. Because that's just what happens, right? Now, they had a good time with it. I'm not claiming this was a scam. They got their game. The pieces were beautiful. It was a beautifully made game. They played their game. They had fun. Cool. Bye. Because there's this constant stream of new things coming to grab attention.
Yeah.
So how long do you really stick with something? And the answer is some people will. I'm sure some quotient of people will play that game for years to come, having a great time with it, and they love it. But that's far less than the people who bought it and played it once or twice or three. And you're going to see like that exponential drop. And it's the same thing video games showed this. Video games, video games showed it the same thing. How many people play past the first hour of a video game? They start playing. And then,
I think I told you, right? Like when we did we would play the first hour as localizers over and over again, because that's where the mistakes would be found. If they found a mistake 20 hours into their gameplay, they'd be more forgiving than if they found it in the first 1 or 2 hours. I think VTuber models, you can keep a real life identity separate. And do you know what? If VTubers weren't explicitly, it's not the right word, but almost all VTubers are anime schoolgirls. And I think that lack of creativity really turned me off that entire kind of trend. I think if there had been a little bit more, maybe there was, and I just didn't see it because it wasn't pushing through.
It was. I think it was. I think there were people experimenting. I'm sure.
Yeah,
just based on how
there
big the
must
media
have been
landscape is, there
creativity.
must have been people experimenting with all kinds of things.
But it didn't. Exactly, but it never pushed through. And all of those anime girls just look the same to me, and they all sound the same. And I'm like, oh, I've seen this. I've done being a weeb. I did it. I liked anime. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, this is part of getting old. It's getting old.
Yeah.
But it's true. Making mahjong is more about people doing more things, because it is easy to sit down and say, here's tiles, here's stuff. It's harder to come up with something more engaging. But I think these are just the challenges we have with everything. And like, as much as it's not even just dunking on anime schoolgirls or dunking on things that are hypersexualized. It's like, at the end of the day, there is a new dragon ready to eat people's interest for anything. And it's very rare that you will overcome the hurdle of network effect to keep people's interest in the long run. And that's just life. It's just hard. It's just what it means to have a product.
Good luck at work, Yoko. I mean, but I think that's what we had. I was talking to this gentleman who is doing a little bit of a study on mahjong, along other things. Anyway, so as the conversation proceeded, they'd been going to things like Gen Con, all these board game conventions and learning all these board games, and it really, really hit me hard that mahjong struggles because we don't have anything to sell.
That's
basically
also a challenge. Not being something you can put in front of people is like an exciting thing they can try and do.
Part of people's activity now and their value is what they can buy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that kind of makes me sad when I think about it. Maybe it's just the fact of consumer capitalism. I don't know.
I'm just as much on what bards are to D&D. What, a perfectly viable class? What?
I don't know. Every time I go to the gold source in Final Fantasy 14, though, I'm reminded of how problematic all of that is as well.
A little bit.
I don't understand why they haven't switched that out yet. Like, they don't have to have the girls walking around in bunny outfits still.
Yeah, they really don't. It really doesn't have to be like that.
It doesn't seem to mesh with anything else that goes on in the game either.
It kind of doesn't. Yeah, it's true. Like, nowhere else in the game are things like that. It's just in the Gold Saucer that things are like that.
You got the sabotenders and stuff, so I'm like,
I like the sabotenders.
Exactly, but they could be fun. Again, it's the lack of creativity that gets me. They were like, oh, we need some people to put in the Gold Saucer as NPCs. I know, we'll get bunny girls. I'm like, jeez, people.
Well, they added bunny girls as a playable race.
But they're not. Yeah, I know, but they're not. They're not walking around like that, are they? I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, it's player's choice. Players can dress themselves in lots of ways, so.
So right, yeah. Do you see the way some of the people in our free company dress themselves?
Yeah, I mean, but that's their choice.
User-created content. That's user-created content. Yes, exactly.
Anyway, unfortunately, I have to be a little strict with time because I got to run over to the old studio. Our meetup's this afternoon.
Ooh.
Bunny Boy. I think they might have put some bunny. I think they tried to make it a little more equal. But yeah, our meetup's this afternoon in an hour, so I got to get over there so I can be ready to be a good host and a good friend and a bad father, because none of them are my children, so I don't have to be the father to anyone. But thank you all for joining us. We'll be back
Thank
next
you,
week
guys. I'm
with more
sorry we
games to
distracted
review
you for half an hour of not mahjong.
of nonsense, hardcore garbage nonsense.
But the way to prevent that is to send us logs.
Send
of
us logs.
Games.
Yeah, well, Yoko sent some logs we can look at next week.
Okay, great.
So we got some there. And otherwise, we will be joining you in a week for more mahjong content and excitement and stuff. Have fun.
And I'm now going on the Twitter dive to find out what the hell this
Jim's gonna
hospital
find out
was.
what's going on. And we have only a couple weeks before we're in Japan, from which we might be able to stream, depending on how well we can make our lives work time-wise.
And the quality of the Wi-Fi in the hotel.
Yes, Wi-Fi quality. But we'll try.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.